By the way, Ixta, did you know that this thing here, this piece of machinery, was actually a giant leap forward in tank development?
Really, Kian?
Yeah, so before this one here, all of the tanks had sort of sagging tracks. That's being fixed by flanges in the tracks. I don't think you can really see them right now, but trust me, they are there. So no more sagging with Little Willy.
Nice. You can see the flanges there, actually. Oh,
Yeah.
looks like Ikabu's calling us.
Oh, we need to go.
We're late.
Crap, I forgot the tournament.
Yeah, we're running late. We need to hurry.
Aye. Good thing the way is so short. Let's do this.
Yes. Our CC's ready. Hello, Daki. Hello, JXCR.
Hey, guys. Right, nice little podium that you have.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's go.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the World of Tanks Steelhunter CC tournament here on the European channel. We are today coming to you live from Tankfest at Bovington Museum. Today, joining me on stream is Mr. Keyhand.
Well, hello there. Glad to be here finally once again on the English channel. Normally you can find me on the German one, but yeah, an opportunity like this I'll obviously not bypass. And you shouldn't either, because today there's a lot of awesome stuff coming up. First of all, we have Twitch drops prepared. It's going to be 1200 steel seals after 60 minutes, I believe. Then after 120 minutes you will get some wonderful decals, and after that you can get even a free 2D style, so be sure to stay, claim your drops, don't forget to claim them because otherwise you won't get them. And with that, I think there's some other stuff going on Reddit.
Indeed. Speaking of Steelhunter, there is a Reddit Ask Me Anything going on currently, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So if you want to ask the developers any questions about the Steelhunter game mode, feel free to go drop your questions on Reddit and hopefully they'll get an answer out to you.
And also talking about Steelhunter, today announced was a Steelhunter challenge, basically. Your best 10 consecutive rounds count in that, and you can win some awesome good 5k gold, Progetto 46, Skoda T56, so quite a lot of awesome stuff that you can get simply by signing up and playing. So be sure to check that one out. And with all of that being said, what do you think we can expect today?
Oh man, I'm looking forward to seeing these new tanks in Steelhunter. I want to see some of their abilities be used. I think there's a couple of really cool ones out there right now, especially the Huragan. I really like the lightning strike on that, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. But by far, my favorite tank so far is going to be the Bailang, and I want to see how well it does. I think it will give the Harlequin a run for its money, especially with the reload speed on that or the magazine. What about yourself?
First of all, I am the most interested in the new map, actually, because as you probably all know, we had a map pool of only 2 maps that were Azagir, sort of a sandy map, and then we had Dreamland, icy city map, sort of. Now we added the map Fear No Fear, which is sort of, I would say, Nordic setting.
Yep.
That is pretty open, but there's also a lot of stuff going on in like tight city quarters, and as you can see, we already have the preview here coming up for Fear No Fear. We are going to play 9 rounds of this, so each map is being played 3 times, and other than that, the point distribution system basically works in a way where the winning, aka last standing CC, is going to back themselves 37 points. Then the second one is going to have 30, the third one is going to have 27, and so on and so forth. But there is a little twist.
Oh, do tell.
We do have a rule that every kill that you net, it doesn't matter if it was a one-shot or if you kill the tank full HP, you get an additional 2 points. Obviously, if some player self-destructs or dies to his own, that can be some tactical thing, actually, that you can do to deny the enemy's points if you stand no chance of winning anymore. And immediately into round number 1 we go, and we are following one of the CCs that is at Tankfest, actually, with us.
Indeed. They would have seen him in the little short sketch we did at the start. It's the Killzor in the Harlequin. And as we can see, lots of lights, lots of mediums, a couple of Huragans. There is a Valkyrie and a Beowulf in there, which I want to see how well they do, honestly, on this beautiful map. And of course, now the map does shrink depending on the number of players. And already we see Papapowian and JXCR fighting it out. And JXCR already taking a hit from Papapowian as Papapowian turns his tank around and goes on the hunt for this Harlequin.
Exactly. The Huragan, it is a medium tank, but it is very fast. And that is why XCR, the other CC that is actually with us here in the room even is trying to go away. But as we say that, we see Strong Maxi and Karl-Heinz actually in a deadly one-on-one, but little do they know that Aussie is in the back lines actually doing the right thing, focusing the high HP tank. Karl-Heinz with another bounce here, and there the lightning strike. It's beautiful, and Orsenel coming in. Is he gonna get the ram? Indeed, Strong Maxi down to 313.
I don't know if that ram did much, though. It didn't look like it did, but I might have missed it. But Orsenel got pulled right into that lightning strike. Unfortunately, it finished just as the ram came in. And now Strong Maxi is one-on-one against Orsenel. Now that Karl-Heinz is down. And we'll see how this engagement between Orsenel in the Valkyrie and the Huragan Strong Maxi goes. Medium versus heavy. And we'll see how this goes. I think Huragan just popped an upgrade right there, mid-engagement.
VDR actually getting picked up, so two Polish players fighting it out there. Papapavian with the better end of it, and you can see Strong Maxi here in the Huragan in the medium trying to get away from that Valkyrie here. And in the back, Alex and Banda and I think Tactical Nuke sort of dancing here, and now back we go onto Orsenel, who has realized he's not able to chase the medium tank here. The Huragan Strong Maxi trying to make his way away, but Chesgeny from the side, the German CC, as Hudi is able to pick up XCR. Strong Maxi just barely able to get away.
Indeed, barely getting away by the skin of his teeth. But as we can see in the background, there's many fights, one of which here we see Alex on the Banda chasing down Lani in the Bailung. I don't know if I'm comfortable chasing down a Bailung in an Harlequin, especially if I don't know what level it is, because the reload on that thing is formidable.
You can see a nice shot coming in though, and now he's trying to use his airstrike here as he auto-aims onto Lani. Well, one other German CC here. Lani, I don't know why he's quite going away here. Now he's trying to make a stand in the Bailung here, so both of the light tanks trading it out, but the airstrike is huge for Alex, taking down Lani to 237 now. This is dire times for Lani here. His cap not protecting him from the airstrike, down to 26 HP, and Alex just needs to get in one more shot. Goes into the red zone. There's another tank behind them. Tactical Nuke to pick it up.
Tactical Nuke with the tactical play coming in and picking up both kills and both drops. And do remember, if you aren't already aware, that these drops do appear on the minimap now when you kill a tank, but it takes less time to pick them up, so you need to be quick about it before you get third-partied.
Exactly, 2 seconds only until you're able to pick up that red drop, so sometimes not even able to reload. That being said, Rishek here chasing Freddy, so the Polish CC able to get the kill, the assassination here onto Freddy, and is going to be pretty happy with himself. Already has netted himself the red drop here, and Ducky in the Harlequin still running around doing his cyber workout, it seems.
Hold that thought, though, because in the background, Hudi Hudziutsky and Papapawian, both relatively low HP. Hudi just healing up right now, but we'll see if he manages to get away. I want to find out who's chasing him down and where is losing his HP, because he took another shot, and I think it's Papapawian on the prowl.
Yes, exactly. The further we go into this, you can see already half of the CCs are down and out of the games. 10 kills already happened. So they are obviously trying to stay alive, just trying to stay in the game, just trying to get those points by positioning. That is the plan for all of the light tanks, basically. And the mediums, they want to get those kills. They want to get those lights out of the game. You can see Surging Further activated by Chesgeny, the glowing red gun. He realizes that Tactical is behind him. Only 13 seconds on that one. Gets the first penetration. The second one bounces. So the Surging Further actually not working out here for Chesgeny, and Tactical Nuke is emptying his clip into the back of Chesgeny. Will he be able to pick him up? He is actually able to do that, and in from the side comes Orsenel just as we switch over to Algo against Ducky, and Orsenel seems to have gotten the ram. Ducky's ball coming in and getting the connection.
And now the lightning strike as well, hitting Algo, taking him out for full HP, and Papapawian is going to pick up that drop now as he moves into his own lightning strike to avoid damage. But in comes, who is that in the background? I don't think I've seen this name before.
That is Azam, one more German CC, and you see Papapavian here. He has expended a lot of the abilities that he has. The ultimate not even available, does upgrade his tank in the meantime, and we see Papa in his Uragan, actually the first one to level 7 here, but right now with the abilities on reload he doesn't really want to engage anyone, and Orsenel now on a meaty 3.3k HP engaging Hudi, trying to get the ram here, activating the heal zone, not wanting to leave it obviously, and the lightning strike once again striking from the sky.
That's a smart play. I don't know if this works. So is he using the healing zone that gives you HP for all the damage you take?
It just does heal over time, and you cannot interrupt it. Like if you do the heal, then if you take damage, it gets interrupted. But these healing zones that the Valkyrie, for example, gets, you cannot interrupt it, but it doesn't move with you, so you cannot really chase with it. Arsenal now with the turbo activated, chasing after Hoodie, who is down to 746, and you can see he's trying to get those shots in, but
Tracking shot.
tracking shot here. Arsenal just desperately trying to get hits, but Hoodie, I think, with a good tracking shot himself here. And, the lightning once again starting to strike from above.
And Arsenal now just stuck in this area. That took his track off. We'll see how he does here. Didn't take too much damage from that, to be fair. I think it was about 1.2k, but he's got the HP to spare. And now Hoodie Hujutsuki is a one-shot stuck between him and Arsenal with only a building.
Wow, but
cover.
I think the Huragan, being the medium, actually has the advantage in this ring around the Rosie, but he does... he gets outminded, but he gets lucky because he doesn't get rolled. Hoodie down to 31, and there is only a yellow drop. That one doesn't give HP, so Arsenal now trying to close in and close this one out, trying to get those 2 more points on the board. Takes another shot, but able to secure the kill. And with this, we only have 6 people alive.
And of course, again, the zone closes in as tanks die, as opposed to by a specific time. So now we're seeing the zone close in very quickly, as we see Papa Pauian now fighting against the German CC Azum in the Raven. And we'll see how this engagement goes. It was brewing for a while as Papa Pauian had all his reserves on cooldown. But now that he's leveled up and he's got his reserves, he is now on the prowl once again. And Azum down to a one-shot is probably going to go down to Papa Pauian as he crests this ridge. But no, Caster's Curse coming in right there, I guess.
Azum, in a last effort attempt, I guess, pulling the trap here, but Papa Pauian not to be disturbed. He just reloaded at his clip and then gets the kill here, up to 3 kills now, level 7. Only Ducky and New Multi currently still level 6, so those two need to be pretty careful here. Obviously, with only 5 people left, that is a pretty good showing by all of the 5 that we have here, because they're going to secure a lot of points, but the point difference, it is huge from first to second, and then it sort of falls off. So obviously you want to stay alive longer, even if you don't net those precious kills. You want to stay alive longer just to get the points for placement here. That is why we now see those people here not really engaging each other.
Speaking of which, people are avoiding engagements and staying alive until the end for the extra points. Someone we haven't seen a lot of during this match, New Multi Show with 0 kills, but he has 3 strikes available to use.
Actually, 1 kill on New Multi.
It's barely coming up on my screen, but hey, 1 kill. We haven't seen much action from him. Rishek and Anali Quinn, are we surprised with that?
Not really, but to be honest, Rishek has been putting in stellar performances in the past, and you can see here Arsenal trying to camp this one out. He just wants to get the placements points, understandable. He still has 5 heals, plus a healing zone, plus also the turbo, so pretty well stacked up in the resource department for him, as we see Ducky approaching Papa approaching Ducky. Not sure who is actually approaching whom, as Ducky is able to pick up the yellow drop. He does get it, but suddenly Papa Pavian in front of him, so Ducky has to do the ring around the Rosie here. Yes, he does have the slight mobility advantage, and he gets the strike off, and that is going to stun Papa Pavian. It's going to track him, so Ducky should be able to get away, but no, from the backlines. It's New Multi.
Yep, exactly. As Daki takes one on the exit, New Multi comes in and Rishiek comes in, and it looks like New Multi is going to engage Papa Pauian, Huragan versus Huragan, and Dakilzor versus Rishiek, Arlequin versus Arlequin, and coming into third party, the engagement, Orzenel in the Valkyrie.
Exactly, Aussie here on the prowl. He's just going to pick his engagement once Daki and Rishek are probably a bit distracted from each other. No, they're actually not really trying to engage right now. They just wait for the others, but a huge hit coming in from Arsenal into Rishek. Down to 700 HP he goes, and Papa Pavian there very close. So obviously as the zone closes down now, it's just going to be about the tactical deployment. Where do you put your tank? Where do you position yourself to not get outflanked here by the enemies? And Papa Pavian here now closing in, not to Rishek. Rishek down to 330, goes into the zone, drives against the rock, drives up a rock, doesn't manage it, and gets shut down
by Papa Pauian. But now in the meanwhile, that red ball does come and hit for a solid amount of HP. I think it did about 500. Papa Pauian's not going to be happy about taking extra damage at this endgame scenario, but we do see Orzenel taking shots from what seems to be New Multi-Show from off screen, just off to the left, and there he is cresting the ridgeline where he was pinned down by Papa Pauian, And now we see long distance engagement. Blue drop coming down in the middle between Daki and Papalian. We'll see if any of them goes for it, but New Multi's got a perfect angle by the looks of it, potentially.
Yeah, and also Papa, he's in the red zone. He needs to get out of there very, very soon. 2 seconds, 1 second. He starts losing HP, and I don't think he's going to make it here. The last tick, as it's actually New Multi to pick him up. Papa Pavia donating the 2 points here, it seems. And now Daki, Arsenal, and New Multi in a 1v1v1 situation. Who's going to be the winner here? Obviously, they see what kind of tanks the enemies have. Like, do they have heavy tanks? Do they have mediums? But they don't really see the nationality of the tanks. And now it's just waiting here. And Arsenal currently with the best position, because as you can see on the minimap, Arsenal is the one that's actually in the zone that is about to close last. So he's not about to make a move. He's just going to stay hull down. And you can see that big, meaty gun. I believe that one has even 750 alpha or something.
He has a healing circle left for endgame scenarios should the zone become red. He has a turbo should he need to ram someone. He also has the heal for his own HP should he need to heal up. And Multi and Daki are going to be forced to take this engagement. But Daki going for the blue. Does he get it in time? That's the big question without taking damage. And is it going to be worth it as New Multi crosses into the zone, works his way around the ridges? Daki does pick it up, but there's a timer starting to tick, and he is going to start taking damage. Does he get safe in time? Yes, it looks like he should be fine here as he picks up the the drop on the dead Huragan.
Yeah, I like Daki's play here, trying to avoid engagement. He does go close to the red line once again to try to run out. As you know, you have 10 seconds to get back in again. All of the ones now on level 7 here. So I would say right now, Arsenal, even with the best cards in his hand here, as he does get tagged by New Multi, but New Multi now down to 1,095. Both of the... Ooh.
Daki has 5 red balls and 4 strikes.
Yeah, but the thing is, 5 red balls, like, first of all, they're not going to give you wings, and second of all, they do have a cooldown, so he's not going to be able to use all of them, as New Multi show does actually approach the blue up here, and Daki is trying to make a run towards Arsenal, who he does find. So now the zone has actually started here. We see the ball coming down, we see the airstrike, but the healing zone just overpowering. 775 by Arsenal into Daki, who's down to 50 HP, and the next ram coming out, the Valkyrie, once again showing what it's made of. And now it's just a healing battle, or rather a bleeding battle in between Arsenal. You can see the percentages. It's actually New Multi slightly ahead, but the same tick might actually kill them. Ooh. And there we go, both of them simultaneously going down, so the game is going to decide who won that one.
I think it might be Arsenal that won that, because his came up last for the death message, but we shall see in a brief moment, I guess. Speaking of the game, by the way, I just thought of something. With the Huragan, you get a healing circle, which transfers, I think it's a Huragan, otherwise a Beowulf, which transfers all damage taken into HP. Does that work under strikes?
Not sure if it works on the strikes. It works on damage taken for sure. You might be able to use that one. I think New Multi in the last seconds there was actually able to pick it up. But first of all, that was some ginormous plays we were seeing from Arsenal here this round. The Valkyrie, normally not a tank that is known for its great tournament performance when it doesn't come to like playing in platoons or something, but here Valkyrie coming in beautifully as we see the last seconds of this game here, and you could see the zone had closed, so basically all of them needed to make plays. Daki here trying to do the first one onto Arsenal, and yes, the ball does connect, yes, the airstrike does connect, but the healing zone just too strong here, and you can see Arsenal even with his butt bumping Daki out of life here, and now obviously that bleeding battle starts ticking, and it's just about basically who goes down first. They did go down with the same tick, so we'll just have to see who actually picks up the 37 juicy points and who gets the consolation prize of 30.
Indeed. Now, I wonder if Daki pushing the Huragan instead of the Valkyrie would have been the better play.
Then again, it's super difficult as a light tank to make the other tanks like do what you want, because you don't really have that sustain in like a prolonged one-on-one. You don't really have the armor, you don't have the HP, you just have your abilities and your mobility. Well, and as soon as your mobility isn't a factor anymore because the zone has closed in so far, then all of a sudden, I mean, you can run around a lot during the game, but at the end, if there's like a full HP tier 7 Valkyrie, that is just a force to deal with.
Well, so my view is he might have been able to yoink a second had he went for the Huragan, which wouldn't have had the same healing capabilities as the Valkyrie, but here we see the results, and it looked like Arsenal did secure the first place.
Indeed, Orsanel here with the Valkyrie able to secure first place, and obviously he did have 37 points for for winning here, and also 2 kills. That translates into 4 points here. So he's going to be the first, securing a 41. Then you see New Multi coming in second, 34. Papa coming in third with 32, then Daki 29, and then it starts to really fall off here. 29 points, 20, 18, 16. That reminds me, by the way, actually we haven't talked about the prizes yet for our CCs.
No, we haven't. Would you like to share?
They are pretty juicy here. So the total prize pool of the tournament is going to be a whopping 10k euros, and the first CC. So basically, after those 9 rounds, the first one is going to take home 5k, so half of it. The second one is going to take 3k. Then the third one is going to take 1k, and place 4 and 5 will have to make do, I guess, with both 500 regardless.
Yep, makes sense. But honestly, that's a huge prize pool compared to previous tournaments, I think, and it'll be interesting to see who takes home the big first place prize.
Now, in the past battle, we saw a lot of familiar names, a lot of expected names, I would say, at the top. Who were you missing so far from like the setup, from all the CCs? When you like see the lineup, who did not perform to expectations yet?
Ooh, I thought Rishek would be higher, only because, as we know, the past few streams I have always picked up on his Harlequin third partying, because it's the sort of playstyle that I enjoy watching the most, and the sort of playstyle that I tend to employ when plausible and when possible. But of course, I don't think we saw too much of that. We did get a few brief moments. Who do you think we haven't seen much of just yet?
First of all, let's go back to Rishek. Like, you did talk about his third partying, and he did get some beautiful third parties off the last few tournaments. But that playstyle is, first of all, high risk, high reward, and second of all, you need to find those engagements. And to be honest, they don't present themselves in every single battle.
Especially with the Bailong and Harlequin now being what seems to be at the forefront of that last game, at least. There were quite a few of them at the start, meaning a lot of fast tanks, meaning a lot of chasing to do.
Yeah, we'll have to see how this continues. Obviously, normally we would have shown you the total score screen as well. All of the rounds at the end are going to count together. But yeah, as it's only one round, doesn't really make sense to show that, as it's just going to be the same one as the post-battle results screen. However, if 2 CCs are going to end up on the same amount of points, then the total damage dealt over all rounds is going to decide.
Yep, so getting that damage up is definitely important, and as I think we said during the rehearsal, damage is damage at the end of the day.
Damage is definitely damage, and in the past we actually had situations where damage did decide over like second and third place, so it was actually quite a lot of money on the line. And if you sort of employ this running away tactic the whole game, and then you're tied with someone, well, if you've been running away all 9 games, then it's sort of hard to get that damage dealt, and then you will have to give the spot to someone else most likely.
So I think we're going to be a while until the next game. Do we highlight the big what's the word, surprise here, or the shock factor?
I mean, that's totally up to you, my guy.
Yeah, I'm standing on something as support. This is the real height difference, which is insane. But yeah, and honestly, that's what it feels like being at the bottom of the list for the teams.
I mean, you could say you stepped up for this stream.
Yeah,
sort of.
And hopefully we see a lot of players stepping up in the next match. Because a lot of players have a lot of work to put in if they want to close the distance on those points. Because 41 points, I think that's like one of the highest amount of points we've seen at the start.
We have in the past actually seen CCs break the 50-point threshold.
In the first match?
Not in the first match, but like in matches total. The thing is, there's quite a lot of participants here who I know are aiming for those juicy top 1 and 2 spots here. And if you do that, it's 9 rounds, so you can afford to sort of throw semi away one of the rounds, but if your first round doesn't go well and then the second starts to unfold in an undesirable manner, then your chances of placing high in the tournament are already starting to dwindle, even though the tournament hasn't really progressed a lot yet.
That makes sense, but I think we are almost ready for the next game. Any minute now. Do we know what map it's going to be?
Indeed. So the first map that we watched was the new one, the sort of Nordic one, Fionolfia. The next one on the menu should be Arzegir. So the sandy map here, sort of desolate, industrial old area, I would say, but it does have a lot of sand dunes as well, a lot of open areas too. You can play hold down. There is some sort of city with a stadium. There is some dried out riverbed. However, personally,
I hate the riverbed. I feel like going into there is a death sentence a lot of the times, especially mid-game to late game. You go in there, you're stuck in there, you can't make your way back up.
Yeah, especially if you go into the riverbed, you give up the high ground, and we all know how destructive that
yes,
one can
we
be.
all know how important the high ground is. That being said, though, the new tanks, how do you think they've performed so far? One game in?
We did see a lot of intervention by Zeus, you could say. A lot of Horagans, a lot of lightning strikes here. We're going to have to see, because obviously every map is different from the other one. The meta on the maps differs. We're going to see the third one shortly, where the meta is completely different. But yeah, we'll have to see first of all here on Azershir 4.04 what the CCs think the meta is. We've seen quite different approaches so far. We saw people in light tanks trying to run away. We saw people in mediums trying to chase down the light tanks, because there was actually some speed buffs happening to those, so the speed advantage for the light tanks isn't really that much there anymore. And then obviously the sustained power that the heavy tanks have, but there's actually only double Valkyrie in this game. A lot of light tanks, a lot of mediums, Horagans, as Freddy and Tactical Nuke are starting to duke it out immediately, and Freddy is actually drawing the short end of the stick here against Tactical.
Indeed, and in the background we also see engagements as Alexon Banda is already down to 300 HP, being chased down by a Huragan, which is Hudi Hujutski. We'll see how this engagement goes. Does he manage to make it away? One of the things I find... Ooh, cheeky drop down there by Hudi, and he connects the shot. He connects the second. Alex down to one shot, and he's going uphill. Does he get taken out here as Hudi Hujutski chases for the kill? But in the background we also see Chess Genie go down to Rishiek, and Hudi Hujutski does get the kill.
Exactly, very relentless here by Hudi, as now Rishek, we see him driving here, but now Freddy, he seems to have popped off a hill. He's actually interrupting Tactical Nuke, standing in the healing circle here. Tactical now flanking around the back, trying to get around, trying to also interrupt the heal. Tactical currently with the HP advantage. It's Raven against Harbinger, now 581 against over 1000 HP for Tactical Nuke. Another critical by Freddy. New multi-show here coming in, and XCR and Daki are battling it out here, while Karl-Heinz is getting chased by Daki. This is all over the place.
This is indeed all over the place, as we see Arlequins fighting it out in the dried up riverbed, and Karl-Heinz down to 400 HP, Daki down to 500, I believe, and it looks like Daki's going to come out on top of this engagement. All he needs is maybe one or two more shots. Yes, it's going to be one more after this, as Karl-Heinz is down to 21 HP, and Daki connects the shot, taking the kill on Karl-Heinz and healing back up after picking the drop. But hold that thought as Lani goes down in the background just as we switch screens. VDRPL taking the kill there. Rishiek chasing VDR, trying to get that third party, but he doesn't have the HP, and VDR has picked up the drop. Rishiek dropping the lightning, but VDR getting out of it just in time, and Rishiek deciding he is not going to take this fight, or does he, as he comes around the corner to try and get a cheeky shot in right there.
Oh, you can see here the lightning strike for VDR is currently available, as Rishek trying to get the ram into the side, as he does, but he does take more damage actually from VDRPL, and now Rishek in a dire spot here as he's actually down in HP. He does manage to put one in, but the return fire is coming in. Rishek now down to 11 HP, the lightning strike coming down, and Rishek actually with the self-kill here. VDRPL able to pick it up on less than 200 HP. That was a close one, but he's going to be happy with himself.
I don't think Rishek could have done much there. If he stayed where he was, the lightning strike would have taken him out, so he had to go for the push there. Ends up ramming into the enemy, but hold that thought as we see Freddy hunting down Daki. Harbinger versus Harlequin. Harbinger used to be very strong. We haven't seen too many of them today. Daki managing to narrowly escape, but it looks like he took a bit of damage on the way out there. And now we see Hudi Hujutski finding an angle on Azum.
Yeah, he does try to snap one here, but he does actually miss. Azum getting shot at by Strong Maxi, so third party once again going on. This is basically denying Azum the green drop, the HP that you need to run away, and Hudi is now also going for that green drop. He might ironically get the jump onto Strong Maxi, who now went into that dried out riverbed. He doesn't see him though, so now he's just gonna chill pick up the green drop here, and Strong Maxi now in the riverbed actually starting to get tagged here. That's why you don't go there. You give up the high ground, you give up the positions. Yes, you might get some juicy drops, but Freddy has found probably another victim. As Tankalit, he has popped the Inspire, but he does not penetrate Freddy.
Freddy on the hunt for Tankalit, who is on 500 HP, trying to make a runaway. You asked me earlier about people who we haven't seen much of this game, the past match. Tankalit would have been one of them, as he comes down to one shot, and it looks like Freddy might just secure the kill. Yes, he does. Down goes Tankalit, and in the meantime, it looks like Mr. Yzna, the Swedish Viking, is going to take out VDR-PL at the same time.
Exactly, Yzna there with the pickup onto VDR, so that's going to net him another 2 points, and now once again we're almost at that halftime here as Algo and Huri are duking it out. Algo with the turbo activated does get the ram.
That's what we like to see.
34 HP, he does also get the kill. Algo, I think last tournament he did in the last round get that juicy chicken dinner against everyone. He was the only one, together I believe with Yzna playing Valkyrie here, as Hold That Thought, Yzna and Strong Maxi battling it out.
Strong Maxi making wonderful usage of the lightning strike just to force a disengage in the fight, and I believe that was probably to reload his gun as he now hunts down the Swedish Viking, who, you know, I gotta be honest, I'm kind of disappointed he's not playing the new Swedish tank.
Once again, both of them here sort of dancing around. Yzna actually whiffing a shot here. Strong Maxi seems to have reloaded his clip, now trying to chase Yzna here, and both of them, they aren't really going to be able to get away from this house here, because the one to drive away is actually the one that will expose himself, and now the engagement does actually start here. Strong Maxi does get a slight ram, more of a touch off against Yzna, both of them trying to not to jump down into the riverbed, and this is actually going down to the wire, 199 HP, but Yzna has popped the heal, so Strong Maxi has to go back here. He does he get another shot here? Isn't still with the heal? Strong Maxi seems to have given up.
I think so. That's the thing about the Bailang, is the reload on that is insane. But at the same time, Ortonel took down Freddy, and now we're seeing New Multi versus Azum as Azum pops the trap, reducing the mobility of New Multi, but New Multi in return puts down the lightning strike on Azum, forcing him out of this engagement for a brief amount of time. But Algo, the third party from across the riverbed of doom, essentially, which Azum crossed into and paid a heavy price for.
Oh, talking about people we haven't seen here yet, Monsteo, the Polish CC that is actually in Indel. He's very competitive in those teams, able to secure a kill in his Harlequin. We didn't see him a lot in the first round, but now he's starting to show up. He's going to be able to pick up the red drop. There we go, but from the backlines, Papa coming in, and we also saw Algo in the Valkyrie getting towards that red drop as well. The ball does get dropped here. I believe that's from Monster. Indeed it is. And now that thing is going to start chasing anyone and everyone that it sees. Papa Pavian there, double shot into the ball, and he has to actually use a third one to kill it.
Yep, I don't think Monster Yo is going to be happy about that one. It didn't do much for him at all, but could we be seeing a Clash of Titans soon? Algo in the Valkyrie, Orznil in the Valkyrie, not too far apart. All that's between them is Papa Pavian.
Both of them level 7 here. Valkyries
that is
seem
dangerous
to be winning the day here. Huragan, also Papa once again on level 7. And now finally Yzna in the Bailang with the same thing here. But Monsteo, that's not looking good, dude. Level 4, that's not where you want to be. Papa Pavian and Algo starting to battle it out here. But yeah, both of them opting out of that engagement. Top 5 positions being secured by all of them.
Out?
And take a look at the minimap also. Apart from this little engagement here that does get stopped by the lightning strike by the Huragan, everyone else is just content sitting still.
I am waiting for that other Valkyrie to realize the opportunity to third party this engagement so hard. And Papa Pavian going down into the riverbed. Does he take any shots as he comes back up? We shall see in a moment. He is, I believe, heading into another tank, Monster Yo. We'll see how that goes. Alcuin versus Huragan. But of course, Monster Yo only just reaching level 5. Probably not an ideal situation for him to be on, as he is on the edge,
to be
cusp
fair,
of
if
the
you're
red
a monster
line.
here, you just try to run away. You just try to get those placement points.
No.
Papa Pavian does find him. The two Polish CCs here are going to make a little... I guess dance around the house once again, as Monsteo actually does get tracked by the lightning strike. Beautiful play by Papa Pavian as he gets ever closer, and the lightning strike, it is enough here. Papa Pavian with a solo kill, full HP on the under-leveled monster. Beautiful stuff.
That was very well played. Monster did try to go down swinging, put down an airstrike on the other side of the building, which narrowly missed doing direct hits to Papa
It is
Pavian.
also worth mentioning that the airstrikes got a little reworked, so we're gonna see a few less turrets popping up.
Indeed, which we saw a lot last time. But Algo taking a lot of damage from Yuzna, who's using the new Acid Shell feature in the Bailang, which I'm a huge fan of, honestly.
Algo there does not get the connection, and now the combat robot getting dropped here by Isna, and that little thing, yes, it doesn't have a lot of alpha, but Arsenal, he's coming in with the steel chair and with the ram. He does secure the kill, and now we have 3 people here fighting, and it's not clear who's winning right now. The combat robot putting in continuous damage from the back, Papa Pavian from the front, and Isna is just third-partying all over the place.
I think Yuzna's going to win this engagement, possibly. It could be Caster's Curse, we'll find out in a moment, but that was a huge ram coming in from Orzanel as Algo got third-partied by literally everyone almost in this match, I believe.
And look at that, the combat robot,
Look
it's
at it
still
go.
alive, it's still kicking, and you can see that continuous damage. It's actually just chipping away, and Arsenal dying here. That is a one-on-one here now, and Isna still has the combat robot. Finally, it despawns as Papa Pavian down to 136. Is the Swedish Viking actually going to be able to pick it up? As he does, and he confirms the second chicken dinner of the day. Congrats to Isna.
Indeed, with 4 kills as well, so that's a hefty amount of points for him right there. And honestly, the combat robot, I love using the thing. It's amazing. It like people
tend to disregard it, and then it's just like 50, 50, 50, 50, and you're like, where did my HP go? And we just saw the power of that little thing.
Indeed. The other thing is the Bailang. If you go for the right build on it, you can get an insane reload speed of like 2.5, 3 seconds, something like that. So the amount of shells you can put into enemy tanks is insane. You just break their tracks, wait for them to repair it, and then you hit them with the acid shell, and then it's night-night if you have the robot as well.
So, now we have had 1 Valkyrie win and 1 Bailang win. What do you think? Are we going to see every single tank win? Or
Every single tank?
maybe no Variag?
Oh, I want to see a Variag win. That would be
We'll have to
interesting.
see.
I don't think we've seen one before, have we?
Not that I can remember. A lot of Harbinger, a lot of Raven wins, some Arlequin wins. But yeah, here in the second round, already one of the new tanks showing what it's made of. And once again, the round results here, Isna managing to secure a whole 45 points for himself. Papa Pavian, once again, very far up, 34. Aussie in third place, so continuously able to put down the performance. Then we see Algo with 26, Monster with 24, New Multi with 20, and then 16 for Freddy, 16 for Azam, Strong Maxi with only 14, Ducky with only 12. He's not going to be happy with himself. But yeah, we'll just have to see. And then on the other side of the scoreboard, yeah,
it's not looking too good on the other side of the scoreboard. So fingers crossed, maybe a couple of people step up.
I guess the most positive thing you can say about the right side of the scoreboard is that there is a lot of potential to better your performance.
Yeah, you can only go up.
You got to look at the positive side, right?
And here we're looking at the current positions with Orzanel in first with 72 points, Papa Pavian in second with 66, New Multi in third with 54, Yuzna in fifth with 48.
Isn't in fourth, actually, with 48. Ducky is the one in fifth place here.
Sorry, yes.
Currently rocking a whopping 41 points. Then Algo coming in with 40. Azam, the next one, with 36. Then Monsteo coming in with 30. Hudi at 28. Freddy, 27. And then Strong Maxi, 20. And then we're starting to sort of get into those teeny numbers. 18 for Tactical Nuke, 12 for VDR. And then Alex, Tankalid, Lani, and XCR. Actually, all of them on 11. Then Chess on 10. And Karl-Heinz, so far, not really showing up. So, a lot of the CCs are going to be trying to improve their performance. Let's say
Indeed. I promise I can count, by the way. I know I said fifth, but I promise I can count. But that being said,
as long as you're only having to count with 10, I have made the astounding realization that, you can do it with your fingers.
Really? I didn't know this.
Does work quite well for me. Anyway, that is the current position board, and that is a 2 out of 9 rounds done here. That means after the next one, we are going to have a third of the total rounds being played already done and dusted. But yeah, we were talking about maps already. The one upcoming is going to be Dreamland, one of the, I think that's actually the OG Steelhunter
It is
map.
indeed.
And it's going to be an icy sort of city environment. And whereas on the other 2 maps we saw a lot of, medium light tank gameplay, maybe that's going to change here.
Valkyrie Variag time. I want to see the Variag win. Honestly, I love Dreamland. It's probably one of my favorite maps out of the 3. I don't know about you. On the sole basis, you can take the Valkyrie and you can ram people with it.
To be honest, for me, it's actually Fear, so the new one, just because it's new.
Oh,
and exciting.
Okay.
But yeah. We'll have to see. So I guess we will see a lot of Valkyries here, as you said. Just that brutal power of the German heavy tank with the turbo, just ramming people. And I can tell you, it's just so satisfying when that happens. When you get that ram for 1k plus, automatically the smile on your face, it just starts forming.
It does indeed. Another thing we might see more of is Ravens and Harbingers. We haven't seen too many of them, and we haven't seen great performances per se. Maybe we'll see a show up on Dreamland, and maybe a couple of people will step up to the
talking
plate.
about Harbingers, they used to be super meta, I would say, in the past tournaments.
Yeah.
We've not really seen them turn up here. More the Hurricanes with the lightning strike, so a shift in meta actually happening. There was also some slight changes, rebalances of the tanks going on, but personally I'm pretty happy to see a lot of different tanks and also to see different tanks winning.
Indeed. That being said, just going back to the results of the last game, Yzna did get first place with 4 kills, I believe, and yet he's still in, what, 4th, 5th place? Fourth?
He was in 4th, yes.
Indeed. So we still see that, you know, getting those kills makes a huge difference, even if you don't come first.
Exactly, and to be honest, if the first place doesn't get kills and the second place does get 4 kills, that means that with 38 points for the second place, you're actually going to get more points than the first one. So it all comes down to the strategies that basically our contributors have opted for or even decided for here. It's down to them. It's maybe down to personality, down to preference, down to choice. In the end, they are responsible for their own choices, so no blaming others here.
Indeed. Once again, coming live to you guys from Tankfest. Next map will be Dreamland. Ah, man. Maybe we'll see some Beowulfs. We haven't seen any of those yet. The Swedish tanks. I think we've seen maybe 1 or 2 so far, but we haven't seen any making any
really
spectacular
them,
plays.
honest,
Yeah, no, we haven't noticed them. I want to see those. I think they have the Ring of Fire, which honestly looks amazing as well. I think recently
burns too.
the abilities that have been given to the new tanks all look amazing. You have the robot tank, you have the lightning strike, you have the Ring of Fire. Is there any other tanks?
I mean, they have different abilities as well, of course.
Yes.
Like, for example, the Acid Shell for the Bailong and so on and so forth. It's sort of a mix. Like, every tank gets the heal, obviously, and they get one to start with. But apart from the heal, you basically have the choice in between offensive, defensive capabilities. How do you want to play it? Obviously, there is some RNG involved. Like, which drops do you get? What do you get gifted out of the drops? You cannot be sure of all of that. So it's gonna be interesting moving forward how this one's gonna go. I hope we start into the third map soon here. So after that one, we can probably even start to get some tendencies as to how this one's going. Because looking at the scoreboard now, I don't want to be rude to anyone, but I was expecting something different. I know 2 rounds is not a lot extra.
We have 9 rounds, I believe you said, no? We have 9 rounds in total, 3 on each map. So plenty of time for the scoreboards to change. Plenty of time. We've seen it before, and we might see it again where there's a complete shuffle of the scores.
We'll have, obviously at the start that happens a lot more often, simply because, well, the differences in between points are not going to be as big as at the end, but at the end you can sort of see those remontadas happening when someone is very far behind and then someone has like 1 or 2 bad rounds in a row and you're like, and someone directly behind you actually has like 1 or 2 good rounds, and then you're starting to get wary. You're starting to second guess yourself, and that's obviously never a good thing as well. If you get into that mindset of, man, I cannot lose this one, I cannot lose this one, I cannot go out early, then it's actually pretty likely that happens to you.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of Steelhunter, with all the new tanks, one of the newest changes was the introduction of duos as opposed to 3-person platoons. How do you feel about that?
Personally, I haven't really played the duos, I have to admit. I was playing very actively in the trios, also in some tournaments there.
Yes, we played one together, actually.
Exactly. Oh, okay, you're just bringing this up to...
Wow, no, I mean, we got to the semi-finals. Okay, we're semi-finalists in Steelhunter tournaments, so, you know, maybe now we can do a duos someday.
I guess. Official stream.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Official stream, Steelhunter duos. We'll see.
But yeah. I guess there are some technical difficulties, so you're going to have to bear with us. And then again, that gives us the time to once again make you aware of the AMA, aka Ask Me Anything on Reddit that is happening right now. So if you have any and every question about the mode Steelhunter, there's the actual devs, so the developers that are trying and hopefully will be answering all of your questions that you might have about balance, about the future of the mode, about maybe new tanks, new maps. Basically, what are the plans for this mode in the future?
And I believe we are going into our next game very soon. On to Dreamland. I see our CCs that are here with us in Tankfest put their headphones on, get their focused game faces on as they are preparing to go into battle once more. We shall see what tanks we get here on Dreamland as we go into the map preview.
Yeah, and as I said here, the beautiful map video, it is showing us an icy city. I'm always getting like sort of Eastern European vibes from that one.
I'm getting post-apocalyptic vibes.
Okay, that you put that into context now, as we do see the crash plane. But basically, what makes this map so interesting and so different from the other two as well is that you have a lot more structures just littered everywhere. There is a lot more close quarter engagements. That part that we see right now, it's sort of the the dried out riverbed from Azagir, just that it's actually a frozen over river here. You don't want to stay there for too long. But other than that, it is all about this brutal firepower that you need to be able to just put onto your enemies and then reload, do that again, and don't take too much damage in the meantime.
Yep. And honestly, one of my favorite maps because it forces close encounters right from the start. And if you're not careful about where you're driving, you might get stuck on a building and get destroyed by an enemy. And I want to see someone get stuck and someone get rammed.
Yeah, obviously with the solos here, if you get stuck, you're not going to have a step tank to help you out. So don't want to do that. But then again, if you flip yourself, it's actually going to put you on your tracks right away, right again.
Yep.
Still, that does take you out of the battle for what might be crucial seconds.
I think the biggest thing here is seeing the fast tanks get away from heavy tanks that can keep up. Like, so the Huragan, I know it's a medium. I see it a bit more of a heavy because it can brawl a bit better than other tanks. And the big thing here is going to be, can anyone that takes a Bailang or a, or an Harlequin, can they get away from the Ravens, the Harbingers, the Beowulfs, the Valkyries,
even from the heavy tanks.
Yeah.
I mean, nowadays the heavy tanks get their engine upgrade, or their mobility upgrade rather, directly at tier 2. And that is a gigantic shift. It cannot be understated how crazy that actually is. As a light tank, I would say your life has gotten considerably harder.
Yep. I think we're stuck on the map preview for a while, so hopefully we get into the game very soon.
As we do, and
there we
we
go.
already see that DROPBEARS, one of the previous winners, has immediately been dropped by Freddy, and now Isn't here down to 413. He does have an enemy in front. He does have an enemy at the back, so that's not going to bode well for him. As we see in the back, Hudi and Alex battling it out. Isn't for the time trying and actually able to stay safe, but Karl-Heinz with the Valkyrie does get a shot here. Isn't does get the upgrade, but he's down to 144, and Karl-Heinz, is he going to get the shot? He does.
And down goes the Bailang, and this is what I was talking about. Meanwhile, we see Azam fighting it out against a Huragan. Raven vs Huragan, the lightning strike hits. Chest Genie coming out on top with 75 HP as he picks up that drop, but not too far away, Mr. Dakilzor picking up the blue drop in the Harlequin. Will he go for the hunt on Chest Genie, or will he not, as Chest Genie runs into possibly Orzinel in the Valkyrie.
Ooh,
and
Freddy
now
here
Freddy
in this
vs
Valkyrie.
Papapowian.
Yep.
Freddy's one shot, Papapowian's on the leave, meaning he's reloading that gun, and Freddy's going to have to try and make the most of this scenario as he can, because I don't see him getting out of this alive, as Papapowian is just going to reload, come around, and shut him down for the 3 points.
Exactly. Once again, it's the story of this tournament so far. Papapowian with a pristine performance, just getting kill after kill, getting that level after level. You can see Papa already once again on level 5, just eating those points, eating those kills, just like it's pizza, just stacking up here. And Karl-Heinz, the one that we saw getting a kill earlier here, now down to 193. VDR in his side here is actually trying to get the shots here. Karl-Heinz, he's not even looking at VDR. He's looking away currently, as we do see that Papapowian was able to pick up another kill. That guy is on a roll, and there's 2 more people very close to him. You can see the ball here from Tankfest as kills going left, right, and center. The ball does connect, and Tankfest drops out, I believe. Actually, Karl-Heinz also dropping.
Yes, Karl-Heinz did lose that engagement as well, and that red ball hitting Tanklet That was a hefty amount of HP. That was, what, a good solid 600, 700? But hold that thought as we see XER getting some cheeky shots into Monster Yo as he runs away in his Harbinger. And Hudi Hudzutski on 500 HP, 600 HP, trying to get out of the red zone. But he is pinned in a corner because Papa Paoyun's not that far away. And if Papa Paoyun finds him... Ooh, no, but Hudi healing up in time. This could be an interesting
Papa was actually
engagement.
able to find it with the radio here, but now I think Papa actually able to outmind Hudi here. The Huragan against Huragan, but Papa Pavian just leveled so much further, putting in shot after shot into Hudi. Papa Pavian also with the HP advantage here. He's currently on level 6. He's got 3 kills. He's going to be a gigantic threat for any other person on this battlefield, just as VDR and Chess are starting to battle it out.
Speaking of level 6 tanks, guess who else is level 6? VDR. And Chess Genie is not going to be wanting to take this engagement as VDR pops the surging fervor and hunts down Chess Genie.
Chess Genie now on 59 HP, just 10 HP shy of greatness here, as VDR is gonna not secure it with that shot here, but the second one actually manages to penetrate. Now he's gonna collect the spoils of his victory, and we are once again down to 10 CCs here, battling it out. Tactical Nuke in the Variak here, and Papa with the Huragan now, who is still level 6, but you can see at the top it's not going to be a whole lot more of XP that they will actually need.
Indeed. And now we sort of see things once again as per usual. Things start to stabilize as there's a bit of distance between tanks, but the new change of the zone closing in as tanks die as opposed to by specific times means that there's not going to be much breathing space in between, as New Multi already caught in the riverbed taking 2 shots. Tactical Nuke and Orzenel already engaging on the ridgelines once again in the riverbed, and Orzenel popping that turbo of his to try and close the distance from Tactical
in comes
Nuke.
the minefield, and Orzenel, he recognizes it, he respects it, because those mines, not only do they take off your tracks, they also stun you. It's so annoying to go through a minefield, and Orzenel, rightly so, I would say, bowing out of that one here, giving Tactical Nuke the time to escape.
Very well played by both of them. Balani and VDR now fighting it out. Huragan versus Harbinger. Old meta versus new meta, as we could say. But
and
we have
Lani
stepped
actually
away.
drawing the short end of the stick. It's going to be VDR in the Huragan, killing the Harbinger. Then again, he is on level 7. But so is Papa here, both of them on 3 kills, as Orzenel is going to try to pick up the yellow drop. Daki sneakily just passing by, not really paying attention to him. And now Algo here with the turbo activated. He's actually starting to chase after New Multishow, who has go down into the red zone, and Algo is opting out of that one. His turbo is going to run out in 2 seconds, so he cannot chase.
And New Multi is going to be able to jump back into the safe zone and is going to come around possibly behind VDR as he just upgrades. But over towards the castle, we see Daki and Monster Yo engaging, and VDR not too far away. Tactical Nuke taking a bunch of damage as well, but here we see Monster Yo popping the Harbinger's Berserker, and XCR taking some damage, but also returning the damage, respectable amount of damage, as Monster Yo goes down, and Daki comes in to try and third party. Could it be too little, too late? You tell me.
I mean, Ducky coming in here for the third party, and both the CCs here at Tankfest are battling it out. Now the ball getting dropped by Ducky, and XCR is trying to speed away in his Valkyrie as he does activate the turbo. Now we need to take a look at the actual levels of the tanks. It's XCR with the level 4, Ducky with the level 6 already, and the little pet is starting to chase Ducky, putting in another shot down to 752 as the Spanish CC, as Algo in the meanwhile does get picked up by VDRPL, and you probably cannot hear it, but we can. Both of the CCs here are screaming against each other. Ducky still with the HP advantage, and now also with the kill advantage as he picks it up.
Indeed, and JXCR is not going to be too happy about that, but it was a good attempt nonetheless, as we now see Orzenel and Dakilzor engaging, but Daki doesn't want to take the fight and leaves away for good reason, to be fair. I wouldn't want to go up against a level 6 Valkyrie on a close in quarters. And now we see a New Multi in the Huragan just going on a field trip, to be fair. I think he's been doing this for the past few games, just sort of biding his time, getting the points, getting the consistent points by staying alive, which, once again, I think is a very good strategy if you're not too good at the game.
Very interesting choices here, by the way, by Tactical to go for the double shotgun on the Variak.
Could it be a tactical decision? to nuke the enemy.
To nuke his enemies?
But,
Okay, no,
I'm
let's
sorry.
not go there. Ducky picking up a green drop in the meanwhile, and there's a yellow one as
Ooh.
well, but I think he may have just activated his radio as he's starting to speed away from Tactical here in his Variak, and we just saw that Tactical, he does have the minefield once again available, and that thing is just such a showstopper. Basically, you see a Variak and you're like, hey, heck yeah, I want to engage that one, and then the minefield starts appearing and you're like, no, actually, nah, let's not.
Yep, and Daki narrowly escaping Orzinel once again. As he leaves, I think he leveled up there possibly, no? Level 7 now in his Harlequin.
Yep, he's level 7 here, trying to juke, trying to jiggle, trying to fake against the possible radio detections by the other tanks.
It looks like we're about to see a firefight go down as Orzinel and Tactical Nuke are very, very close together. And so is Papapawian. As Papapawian finds Orzinel, puts a couple of shots in as he drives by. I don't know if he wants to take this engagement.
No, to be honest, I think he just had to relocate because he was in the zone that was closing. Now Orzinel taking a lot of shots from the side here by Papa, and Tactical is still very healthy, up to 2.8k HP, still with a double shotgun here.
Ooh.
And Papa Pavian, he is below there. And Orzinel humpity-dumpity, but does miss the ram. He also pops the HP, the healing zone, and Papa Pavian now, when it rains, it pours actually. He from one enemy to the other into the minefield. Tactical barely missing the ram here. Papa trying to do what he can, putting in shot after shot after shot. Is he going to make it around the corner? He's tracked here. The engine is yellow. So Papa, the one that was so good at the start of this round, now limping away, limping around the corner, but Tactical is giving chase.
Honestly, we saw some great decision making there by all three players. As Tactical was flanking Orzinel, and so was Papapawian. Orzinel relocates to put Papapawian between him and Tactical. And then Papapawian does the same, and now he's done it once again.
He's
as
looking
he comes
in the
up
wrong direction. He doesn't see Orzinel. Now he sees it, but is it too little too late as the Valkyrie puts in a gigantic 359 shot, and Orzinel even able to speedily reverse to now get the Huracan in front of him. Beautiful play by Orzi, but he only does get the track, but the nice. The turbo is going to ensure the ram kill in style here. Once again, the Valkyrie coming in.
And hold that thought as we see New Multi and Tactical very close quarters here with the red line, literally just keeping them close together here as we see the engagement. That was a very cheeky shot, but Orzinel is coming down from above, out of the red zone, into the safe area. Daki also coming in close. I don't think Daki's going to take this engagement. We'll find out relatively soon, as there's a lot of HP here. And it looks like he might be as he comes around the corner. I don't think he sees New Multi, and I don't think New Multi sees... Nope, yeah, he does see him. Tactical dropping down to avoid Orzinel by the looks of it, and Orzinel just cutting across, biding his time, holding the high ground, as Tactical levels up his Variag to level 7 as well. And I think the only one who's not level 7 yet is Mr. New Multi, who's actually stuck in the middle of the courtyard with everyone in positions, aside from Daki, that can shoot him, but Tactical has also gone into the courtyard.
Daki deep here in the red zone, together with some other tanks as well as Tactical Nuke does make it to relative safety here. Side shots coming in by BDR. New Multi barely making it in, but getting picked up by Daki. Good play here from the Belgian CC as Tactical Nuke is now driving towards that red drop here. Is Daki going to linger around and put in a cheeky shot or two? No, he just gets the spot off, but that enables Tactical Nuke to stock up pretty well on HP. Just as I say that, the Huracan from the side, VDRPL putting in a good shot, and now it's only one quadrant of the map. Daki, VDR, and Tactical here. Yeah, it's just about the reloads now that the not sound detection, but the radio detection actually offers them. They need to find out where to position themselves as the blue drop comes in. That one could be coming in very handy. It narrowly misses the house, so it's going to be up for grabs, but VDR, he can't go there. 364 HP extra.
No, he really can't. Tactical getting out of the strike area, and he's just closing his distance. He wants to secure that second place, so he's just going to go around the corner here and pick up the kill from the Huracan and prevent Daki from getting the point on that kill. And now he's going to pick up that drop. He's got the HP, he's got the mines. All he needs to do is just close the distance, and there's not much Daki can do here aside from try to go for the blue drop or hope for the best, because he doesn't have any consumables left.
I think Tactical Nuke is going to do the exactly right thing and cut off the blue drop. Obviously Daki, he cannot really engage. It's a heavy tank against the light tank, so the best thing that Tactical Nuke could actually do here is just pick up the blue drop and then have the HP advantage. As you can see, Daki, he doesn't even have his heal available here, so now he needs to do damage on towards Tactical Nuke, but Tactical with the double shot does secure it once again, and Daki, the story of second places, it does once again continue.
Yeah, I did say tactical nuking of the enemy tank, and that's exactly what he did. Double shot Daki right at the end. I mean, the other option was just drive up to the wall, put your mines on the other side of the building, because you can do that, and then the enemy's just stuck there. They can't go anywhere. They're stuck between the mines and you, and they're in the red zone, meaning they're going to die to HP anyways.
I mean, you basically have the choice in between several options, and
It doesn't
all
matter
of
what
them
you
are
do.
bad.
It doesn't matter what you do at that point. You've won the game. So very well played there by Tactical Nuke. Great decision making, but hey, I called it. Variag win. I wanted to see it. We got it. We got it.
And in the third round here, we actually get the third different tank winning. Now, the question is it just the tanks on the different maps just working beautifully, or is it actually the players
And here we
making
see
it
the
work
highlight.
here? But take a look at the amount of resources that Tactical Nuke actually has available here. He has like 6 minefields still.
I mean,
all of that. And Ducky, he doesn't have a strike, he doesn't have a ball, he just has a heal that he just used. So he's trying to do something, anything really. But if you're just this stacked up as Tactical Nuke was in that case, there is just no coming back realistically without something like, I don't know, an Amarak or something ridiculous like that. And yeah, beautiful double shot here actually to finish it up. So I guess congrats to Tactical Nuke, who we see netting in a whopping 41 points. And then we see VDR coming in second regarding
points with
regarding
35.
points with 35, and Ducky 2 kills, so 30 plus 4 is
34.
obviously.
Orzenel in 4th place with 26. Papawian 24 points with 3 kills. Making up for some points there, I guess. New Multi at 22 points. XCR with 18. Algo with 14. Monsuyo with 12. Chess Genie with 11. Lani with 10. Tangalet with 9. Karl-Heinz with 8. Hudi Hudzutski with 8 as well. Alexon Banda with 7. Azum with 6. Yizna with 2. Strunk Maxi with 1. Is there someone? Is there supposed to be someone at the bottom there?
Yeah, I guess, but I think at the end we'll have all of it counted together, so that shouldn't matter. As we do, apparently, yes, we do switch over to the scoreboard over the first third of this tournament, over the first 3 rounds, and we see Orzenel on top with 98 points. Then we do see Papa with 90. New Multi coming in with 76. Ducky 75. So that is going to be a battle to look forward to. We see Tactical Nuke 59 points. Algo 54. And I'll leave the next ones to you.
Indeed. Yuzna with 49. VDRPL with 47. Monsuyo with 42. Azam with 38. Hudi Hudzutski with 36. Freddy with 33. XCR with 29 points. Chess Genie with 21, as well as Lani, Strunk Maxi, and Tankalit, both at 20. Alexon Banda with 18, and Karl-Heinz with 11 points. Honestly, 1st place to 5th place, well, 1st to 4th is still very close. That's like 1 win difference is what that is. You get 1 good win, couple of kills, and you're back up into 1st place. So we could see a comeback, and we could see people from the lower ranks still climb back up. There is still 6 matches to go.
Indeed, 6 rounds to go, and obviously we have had our first 3. That means that once again we are going to go back to the maps that we saw already. That is, first of all, we are going to play Philadelphia. Then we're going to have, once again, Azagia and then Dreamland to finish off the middle part of this tournament. So, with a third of the way done, who are the positive surprises? Who are the negative surprises for you?
Ooh.
Pick one.
Okay, for negatives, I think Tankalit. I think we've seen him perform.
Okay, he directly picks that. I was like, maybe he doesn't want to trash talk someone. He still goes for the negative.
Well,
like a shark in the water.
I mean, you asked, I give honest opinion. Honestly, we've seen strong performances from him before. There's still 6 matches to go, so maybe we see a comeback. Maybe he makes his way back up. Ooh, struggling to talk there. I look forward to seeing him try. Maybe we see him try, maybe we don't. Who knows? We'll see if he turns up, essentially. Good performances. Honestly, I think Orzenel in 1st.
Yeah,
that is.
I was actually like trying to lead towards that because Orzenel, I mean, he's a good player, but
I don't
in the
think we've
past
seen the greatest
tournaments, we've
performances.
not really seen him that high up. And like he's consistently delivered. Like he won the first round, he's been up there ever since, and now a deserved 3rd spot, I would say, with I think it was 98 points currently. And I think we've also seen a meta shift. Valkyrie used to not get played, but I think this mobility that you now get directly at level number 2 is actually helping those heavy tanks so much. And to be honest, now after 3 rounds, we saw 2 heavy tanks win. So 2/3 of heavy tanks.
I think what it is, above all else, is the fact that the zone also closes in quicker now. I think that makes a huge difference, as in those heavy tanks, which, you know, towards mid and late game can be slightly slower and can't keep up with other tanks are forced to come closer to you as the zone closes in quicker now as tanks die. But here we go into the map preview of the new map, Feel No Fear, which honestly is a beautiful map. You have like a good stark contrast between nice greenery as well as the ice and the snow.
I guess maybe if there's a future map, it will be jungle or something, because
Have we
I
seen
mean,
many
it
of
should
those?
visually differ, right? And definitely, Fear No Fear does deliver on that one here, as we see some of the beautiful waterfalls and also the mountains here. I really, really like the aesthetics of the map and also the playstyle, because there is a lot of it that happens in sort of the third dimension, because you try to go above your enemies. If you are faster, then you can try to outmaneuver by simply going onto the hills tactically, then
Okay,
dropping
there,
off
Obi-Wan.
somewhere. But yeah, into game number 4 we go.
Into game number 4 we go indeed, Mr. Obi-Wan, with your high ground, as we see tanks just sort of spreading out. Hudi Hudzutski already taking a bit of damage. Rishiek and Karl-Heinz relatively close. Rishiek taking a relatively large shot there right at the start in his tank, down to 700 HP. He's not going to be too happy about that. We see a couple of people already taking a lot of damage. Hudi Hudzutski getting hunted down by New Multi as he is down to
Ooh,
600
the
HP,
mobility.
healing up.
The mobility upgrade coming in for New Multi. He also seems to have
Cheeky
some
shot.
sort of autoloader, as he does put one of the 2 shots into Hudi here, and now actually able to pick up the green drop here, almost level 3 already. And other than that, CCs are trying to stay away from each other a bit.
I think
because those
people have
placement
sort
points.
of realized that the zone closes in the quicker, the more engagements you take. So they're sort of buying out their time, leveling up a bit. But it looks like we have relatively large engagements coming in. Or developing. Karl-Heinz trying to get a cheeky shot there into Hudi Hudzutski, who tried to cross, who might just run into Alex Unbanda. We see Chess Genie, JXCR, and New Multi-Shell doing a bit of a Ringer Rosie scenario there. But here comes Rishiek in the Harlequin. He sees Hudi Hudzutski and he wants the damage. Tries to take a shot. Tries to take another shot. Doesn't connect.
The thing is, actually, like the Harlequin, it doesn't really want to duke it out against the Huracan this early, because he doesn't have any armor, and he does take a 267 one. That is a huge amount of damage for the start of the game by Karl-Heinz, who now shifts his attention but misses his shot onto Hudi, who does connect onto Karl-Heinz in the pink jersey here. And now Hudi actually notices, oh crap, that's a Valkyrie with the front turn to me. I better not stay here, as Freddy and Isna have found each other, but Freddy with a distinct HP advantage. Isna desperately trying to get away, but it seems like he got tracked, and Freddy, he's closing in for the kill. He's doing it for the thrill. He gets another 2 points for himself.
With a ram kill, and that all rhymed. Sorry, I had to add that in. And at the same time, we see Hudi Hudzutski go down to Chess Genie, who is now going to try and get a couple of shots in to Karl-Heinz. Dropping the strike,
Ooh,
narrowly missing.
Crucial. that
Very
he got the
narrowly
red
missing.
Drop before that, and now Chess Genie is like, oh, I don't want to have anything to do with that, just making his way away here. As VDR in the meantime went down to Tactical Nuke, who finally seems to be on track for himself, and now Papa and Tankalid are battling it out here, but Papa, that had a good performance early on in the other battles, is now seemingly losing out to Tankalid. Just very, very, very early death here by the Polish CC.
Indeed. On the snow side of the map, by the way, which we haven't seen too much of just yet. It looks like all our
I
CCs
don't
are
think
enjoying
we're
the
going to
upside
see
of
a
the map.
lot more of it, because take a look at the zone. All
Yeah,
the snow
indeed. It's
is
just cutting out the
gonna get closed
entire
off.
section. But hey, look here. We've got like a sort of free-for-all going on here as Rishiek, Azum, and who was that? JXR fighting it out. And also, who was that in the background that also came in? Tactical Nuke, I
I
think?
think that was a self-kill here, actually, by one of the
Okay.
Harlequins here. Not sure who it was. But yeah, XCR in the meantime also getting killed here, and Azam profiting from that self-kill by the Harlequin. All that thought though, Strong Maxi on the chase, on the prowl. He does manage to even avoid the airstrike by Alex Unbanda, who's desperately trying to get something done here. He has the heal active, and Strong Maxi also popping the heal now. Good decision making. Now Alex Unbanda reloading here, but the Huracan with the good mobility obviously trying to chase, but look at the back. Aussie is also coming.
The man, the myth, the legend, the one that we said has turned up today to the CC tournament, Orzenel, on hot pursuit of Strong Maxi. And Strong Maxi is not going to be like... He can feel Orzenel breathing down his neck here. And Alex can feel Strong Maxi breathing down his as they all try to run from one another.
Sort of weird engagement. Obviously, you don't want to use a lot of your abilities if there's many enemies close, because then you simply cannot react anymore. As Tankalid and Lani battle it out here, the Raven with a slight ram into the Huragan. The Huragan now speeding away here, recognizing he can't really compete right now. And Lani here is going to pop the heal, is probably going to make it away quite safely. Meanwhile, though, Alex went down to Strommaxi.
Yeah, I think Lani popped his surging further there. I don't know if he did that intentionally or by accident. He didn't bother shooting. Like, he shot one shot, it hit the floor. I guess maybe it was a misclick.
With the kill on Chess. Also.
Yeah, Karl-Heinz gets a kill on Chess. And now we see Tankalit moving towards the kill zone. And we'll see how this engagement goes as they are caught between buildings. I think Daki's just going to drive away from here. Arlequin mobility is going to allow him to do so. But on the other side of the railway, Tactical Nuke just waiting and lurking in the waters. Essentially, shark-infested waters, basically. As Daki jumps the ridge, manages to get away here, but then he's got to get past Lani, who is in the Huragan, coming in relatively
low
close.
HP though, that's why he's driving towards that green drop. He's going to
True.
restock on HP, but good airstrike by Daki onto Lani here. Also, the ball does get dropped, and Daki with the first shots into Lani here, down to 350, down to 139, and Daki coming in like a wrecking ball, able to secure the kill. Immediately full HP again, but the action doesn't stop there. Tankalate now duking it out against Karl-Heinz.
And this is a Valkyrie at very close range. I don't know if I want to be Tankalate in this scenario, but if he plays his cards just right, he might be able to get away with this engagement. But I don't know, man. Like, a Raven versus a Valkyrie at this close range, I don't like those odds. And as you can see, the frontal arm of the Valkyrie coming in handy there. But look at this. Karl-Heinz does have turbo, and he could use it at any given moment should he desire to. But it looks like he's holding him on for later on in the game. Looks like he's not too fussed about Tankalate. He's like, you know what? Yeah, it's like a little pesky mosquito, you know. It comes around every now and then. You hear it buzz, you try to swat it away, but there's no point really chasing it down. Tactical Nuke, though, relatively close here as he comes over the top. Karl-Heinz looking the other way.
Tactical Nuke level 7, and he's going to be well aware of that. Karl-Heinz here, only level 6 quite now. He does pick up one more, but Tankalid able to get a shot into him. And Tactical Nuke so far not opting for the engagement. Another nice shot by the Raven here. Tactical Nuke now opening onto Tankalid, who does have to opt out of that one. And Karl-Heinz does see Tactical, but
New Multi also joining in on this
really
engagement.
doing a lot.
New Multi also joining in on this engagement against Tankalit, who was trying to get away there and took a few shots, as well as putting a few shots in return as well. And now we're going to see a slight sort of scenario here using the ridge lines here. Lots of ridge lines on this new map to use. And Multi dropping the strike on Tankalit, forcing him out of that position. It's a head-on-head brawl between the two as Tankalit pops his heel.
Are they actually doing themselves a favor, though? Because basically that lightning from the sky, it's basically a focus here. There are people fighting. There are people that can get third party, and Karl-Heinz is going to take them up on that offer as New Multi barely gets away. 500, he does get tracked. He has a rep kit available. And now Azam here with the chase onto Daki. Both of them on 1500 HP, but opting out of that one, probably doesn't want to just risk it for the biscuit.
Azam is level 7 and Daki is level 6. At least it looks like that on my monitor. So could be worth taking, but it looks like he's just going to go for the drops. And that forces Daki into Karl-Heinz and Tankalit's engagement right now, though. Freddy and Shrunk Maxi sort of just
this
looking
engagement.
Ooh, that's a brutal position to be in there. Shrunk Maxi with the...
This engagement here is weirder than some first dates, I'm not going to lie, because Strong Maxi, he cannot really commit into that close proximity against the Valkyrie. That would spell his death, and as such, both of them are not really going to take a lot of damage. Yes, one lightning strike does get expended, but you get a lot of those, and now Monsteo has to use his repair kit as a shell travels into his back and turns the engine yellow. Finally, he also has a heal available, and Algo once again 3.3k. New Multi, though, in the background, down to 25 and down and out as the zone does take care of him. Karl-Heinz maybe looking to pick that one up as Monster does get the green drop, but there's lightning strike from the sky as Raven with the overlook by Tactical Nuke.
He has the high ground. He's going to be happy about that. And also at the same time, Tankalit did also go down slightly earlier, just at the edge of the screen there. And Monster, you're now making a runner from Tactical Nuke, who's going to pick up the kill with relative ease there in the Raven, which, you know, surprisingly keeps up with a couple of the lights relatively well. Ozzy and Algo now within range of each other. I don't think they're going to take that engagement. They've been respecting each other's formidable tanks for a while. Strong Maxi heading into the middle, taking a bit of damage from Tactical Nuke. Down to a 2-shot possibly. Will he go down here? That's a big question. Tactical Nuke with the high ground once again, and so does Daki have the high ground, and down goes, who was that? Did you see?
That was the Huragan here. I think that was the airstrike actually by the Arlequin by Ducky, killing it.
Yep.
And now Tactical Nuke, he sees two juicy drops right beside each other. He's gonna go for this. He's basically gonna vacuum clean all of this off the map here. That is quite a lot of resources, quite a lot of experience into his pocket, as Karlheinz gets a nice connection into Freddy, who is now starting to heal up here. And Ducky, he sees Karlheinz here, but he doesn't really want to open fire at this point in time, because that is a healthy Valkyrie that just took a meaty shot by the Raven here from Tactical Nuke. Another one, and Karlheinz, he has to actually activate his turbo to get out of the zone here. He starts healing, and I think he should be fine.
I think he should be fine there. Daki got very lucky there, not shooting Karlheinz, alerting Karlheinz to his position, because of course Karlheinz looking the other way.
Trap going down by Tactical Nuke.
Look who's coming in.
Azum with the third party.
Look who's coming in.
Tactical Nuke and Freddy as well. Freddy opting out of the ram here, though. It is the ball getting dropped by Azum, I believe, and Raven is actually opting out of that one. The ball does connect. Karlheinz now also getting airstriked. Everyone shooting at the German CC in the German tech that is in the healing circle, and it is going to be Azum picking it up.
Is Azum using a double barrel? I feel like I saw a double shot there, but I could be wrong. I'd like to get a close-up of that at some point, but I think we've seen this several times now. Azum's also going to possibly get a cheeky blue drop, maybe, potentially. Looks like he's turning around for it. I think we've seen this sort of scenarios.
Dangerously close to
yeah,
another Valkyrie here,
yeah,
by the way.
true. Daki stuck in the red against Algo. It's, go forwards and get wrecked by Algo, or back up and go around. He manages to make it around. That Red Bull hits for a solid 500, almost 485. Tactical Nuke now joining the engagement as well. Daki managing to get a level up. He's probably going to look to just disengage from this area and not get pinned behind the buildings.
He'll have to be careful, though,
as
Azum
comes in.
Is just driving on towards. Is Daki actually trying to stay in the cover of these bushes? Azum now trying to look where is this
knows he's here, though.
light tank. Daki dangerously low here, and Azum keeps closing in. I don't think he's seen him. Oh, he actually has, and it's going to be the airstrike by Azum taking out Daki here. Freddy, meanwhile, though, picking up a blue drop, so that's going to leave us with a 5 players left situation here. Arsenal, once again, with the Valkyrie, just chilling.
In a good position as well. He's got good overview over the entire area. Everyone has to approach him, I think. No? I might be wrong, actually. It looks like
he needs to go.
Oh, yeah, he needs to leave this area, which isn't good for him. And Azum pushing in on Algo. A ball hitting Tactical Nuke. Tactical gonna pop his reserves there. Azum coming up behind Algo. I don't think there's much you can do in an Arlequin against a Valkyrie in this range. And he's gonna have to hope.
1k HP.
He is using the double barrel, I think.
Yeah, that is a big chunk of HP taken off of Algo, who wanted to try to go for Azum, but Raven there actually with the flank. And now you see Arsenal speeding in the back with his Valkyrie. He needs to get out of the red zone. In comes Freddy from the side with some connections. I think that was one tick by the zone onto Arsenal. And now we have this sort of weird situation where it's actually 2 isolated fights. Up there in the back of the map you have Arsenal against Freddy, and then down there you have Algo, Azum and Tactical.
Ooh.
Algo, he thought he could drive through that building, but actually that one's pretty sturdy, so he's not going to able to eliminate the cover that Azum has currently.
Yep, and Azum is going to be able to just do a bit of ringer rosies here, but he might take a shot from the side from Tactical. No, he decides to opt for the 600 shell from the Valkyrie behind Orzenel. And now, sorry, not Orzenel, it's stuck between Freddy and Orzenel now as he takes another shot for 700. It's just too many heavies around. There's not much you can do. There's 3 Valkyries and they're all pretty healthy. There's not much Azum can do here in an Arlequin. At 100 HP with the zone this close, there's literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tanks in this small of a zone at this time.
And now the whole map has actually turned red, so it's going to come down to a healing battle here. Azum, very, very problematic. He's down to 146. That is only 1 tick, but Freddy actually picks him up in the meantime. Tactical Nuke now down to 760, while Freddy is down to 1700. And now we see the healing zones getting popped. That is just where the Valkyrie does excel here. Tactical Nuke, is he going to make it to the red drop? He's actually going to get destroyed by the zone. The same happening with Algo here. And now also Freddy down. And once again, it's going to be Aussie to pick it up in the Valkyrie. And once again, it's going to be Aussie to take it on Finolfia.
Once again, Aussie just showing up, you know. He don't know what happened, don't know what he's been doing, but clearly it's working because the Valkyrie is getting him good wins. Yeah, he's been working out those Steelhunter skills, you know, those Steelhunter muscles, getting those reps in, you know, because he put on a really good performance there every single time in the Valkyrie. He just has the right position, he has the reserves he needs, and he can just hold out, and people have to come to him.
To be honest, I love how disciplined he also plays, right? He never overextends, he always plays it super chill. Then at the end, when the zone closes, he's like, yeah, then I'm gonna come close, I'm just gonna play this super chill. And you, once again, you see at the bottom here, Aussie, he has hard cover, he even has red drop behind him that he could reverse into to further get more HP. And the other tanks that are here, yeah, Aussie now has the healing zone here. Freddy does also, but look at Aussie behind him. It's only going to be 2 seconds for him to pick that up. So basically the discipline with which he played that is admirable, and I would say a well deserved victory here.
If he really wanted to, he probably could have also reversed, just peeked over the ridgeline after picking up the red drop and getting extra points for kills. But here we see the results of this game. Orzinel, no kills, but 37 points. Freddy, 2 kills, 34 points. Tactical Nuke with 4 kills and 32 points. Algo in 4th with 27. Azum with 26 points in 5th, and I'll let you finish off the rest.
And wait, at which one way actually?
Ducky.
All right, Ducky coming in with 22 points, Karl-Heinz with 18, then we have Strong Maxi coming in with 16, 12 for Tankalit, 12 for Monsieur, then double 9s for Numulti and Chess, then we have 8 for Lani, 6 for Alex, 5 for XCR, 3 for VDR, 2 for Hoodie, 1 for Isna, and I think after now 4 rounds played, we can sort of, you know, start to talk about trends happening here.
Yes, I think there's a couple of people who just aren't performing too well today, unfortunately. I don't think it's their day. But we are seeing constantly the Valkyries are dominating, and honestly, the Huragans are doing pretty well as well. Here we see the total points, and Orzinel coming in with 135 points. That's huge at this rate right now. Daki not far behind in 2nd with 97. I did say at the start,
not far behind. That is actually quite a big discrepancy here.
1 game, a couple of kills.
Also,
if Aussie
needs
doesn't
to die
perform
pretty
well.
early, but if he keeps picking Valkyrie, then the problem for his opponents is actually going to be that even though the Valkyrie at the start is a bit slow, it's actually incredibly hard to kill off for your opponents.
True.
So if you see a Valkyrie, that basically is like sort of this scaring the enemies off.
You know,
They
so
don't want to really immediately come there.
So Daki's here with us in Tankfest, and I did ask him earlier on about how he feels, and he said he'd be happy with 2nd and is in 2nd. So all he's got to do is hold. All he's got to do is fight off Tactical with 91 points in 4th, and Papa Paulian in 3rd with 93 points. We have New Multi not far behind with 85, and Algo still with a chance to get up into top 5.
I mean,
81
basically,
points.
place 2 and place 6 are 16 points apart. That
Yeah.
anything can happen.
Anything can happen there. It's a free-for-all. Below that, though, Freddy with 67, Azum with 64, Monsayo with 54, VDRPL with 49, as well as Yizna with 49, Hudi Hudzutski with 37, Strong Maxi with 36, XCR, who's also here today with us, 34, Tankalit with 32, Chess Genie with 30, Karl-Heinz with 29, as well as Lani, and Alex and Banda with 24 points.
All right, so that wraps up the scoreboard for us currently. And basically, we had a vote in between our CCs that they want to know the maps before they played them or not. The difference obviously being that if you know the map before, you can maybe slightly adjust your tank choice. Towards that, actually, the CCs voted democratically in favor of knowing the maps, so it's going to be no big secret that Arzajir is going to be up next.
Indeed.
Once again, the sand map. And
Match 5?
Match 5, yes.
So we're at the halfway point essentially, and we'll see how this goes, but I think we're going to start to see the points sort of stabilize now, positions sort of stabilize, and now it's just going to be who's going to be a consistent performer. Because all it takes, if you're within that sort of, as we were saying, like 4th to 6th sort of range, or even
actually second
yeah,
to sixth.
second
It's
to 6th.
16 points.
All
That
it takes is not
one slip
performing
up.
as well.
One
Not
slip
being
up.
consistent is all it is. And honestly, we're going to start to see the people who are playing consistent through all 3 games sort of climb up slowly, possibly, and hold their position at this rate. But, of course, everyone's aiming for the top 3, top 4 spots because that's where all the prizes are. Once again, speaking about prizes, you want to remind everyone of what the prizes are?
Yeah, that's actually easily summed up. It's going to be 5k euros for first, 3k euros for second, 1k euros for the third one, and then 4th and 5th place actually take down still, or take home still, rather you should say, 500 euros each. And that being said, we have the map video of Arzajir coming up. However, let me take that opportunity to once again remind you that there is actually the Steelhunter challenge that has started, where just for playing Steelhunter and performing well in 10 consecutive battles, you'll actually be able to get 5k gold, Progetto 46, something along those lines. Yeah, just play enjoy
as
yourself
well.
and maybe get some of that good stuff rolling for
And
you.
regarding that, it's your 10 best matches consecutively, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, plenty of people, and I think all you need to do is be in top 500 for a couple of rewards, I guess. So we'll see how that goes. Let us know how you do in the Steelhunter challenge, I guess. When does it end?
I think on the
29th?
29th. Yes.
Indeed.
So
But into battle we go.
yes, indeed. Into battle we go, and Isna there with a long-range snipe into XCR.
Oh,
actually
again?
putting in a second one. So XCR limping away here, 689 HP only for him. And we'll have to look if bad doesn't turn to worse for him as he's driving into a Valkyrie there,
He's driving
Freddy on the prowl.
We got to be careful so they don't overhear us as we tell them as to what they're driving into. But VDRPL getting a cheeky shot, trying to get cheeky shots into Daki. It doesn't look like they connected, and Daki is going to be able to pick up this drop safely. Oh no, it does connect. VDR does connect one. He does connect one. Does Daki pick up the drop? He does, and he manages to get away. But taking a bit of damage, he might not be too happy about that right now. Tanklet also picking up a drop. Right now, we're just going to see people sort of pick up a few drops, a couple of engagements here and there. Rishek doing a bit of parkour.
A bit of parkour, bit of yoga, all of that combined as we see Freddy driving around here in his Valkyrie. He is, it seems, already level 2, and the Huragan here, Hudi, he is actually bowing out of that 1v1 as Karl-Heinz is going to be the one to secure the green drop for himself as Hudi is going to speed away here. That's what I talked about, right? If you see an enemy Valkyrie, you just don't want to engage it at the start of the game. You would be, basically you have to shoot the APCR, which has less damage, and that way your DPM goes down, and the Valkyrie can just shoot heat back, so it will have the higher alpha and also more armor. So you just don't want to engage that. Just as I say that, there is actually 2 Valkyries at the top right of the screen that are sort of duking it out. Lani's sort of making it work here at the current first place at Orzenel. That is coming in with a vengeance here. Lani just upgraded. And
Battle of the Titans right here, to be fair. Valkyrie versus Valkyrie. We'll see who comes out on top here. This could be huge for the smaller tanks at the end of the match. But it looks like we're going to go take a look at Hudi Hujutski, who's trying to make a runaway from Tankalit by the looks of it. And we will see how this develops as Alani and Orzenel are still duking it out. What I want to see is if these guys... Oh, it looks like Hudi Hujutski drove into a building, took a shot from Karl-Heinz and took a shot from Tankalit. And there comes a blue drop, exactly where he got stuck. And Karl-Heinz and Tankalit are going to chase Hudi Hujutski down here.
I think Hudi Hujutski is unaware that there's a Valkyrie coming, and indeed Karl-Heinz coming in there. Doesn't drive further, though, is trying to pick up the blue drop. And Hudi Hujutski, he should be driving away here down to 200. And Tankalit does miss the kill shot here for the time being. So Hudi holding on 51 HP. Humpity down the stairs he goes. The ram, not enough to kill him off, but Tankalit there able to kill him. But in comes Karl-Heinz
with the huge ram, leaving Tankalit on 2 HP as Tankalit chokes the strike and misses marginally. Few millimeters off is all he was. And he's going to try and make a run, but Karl-Heinz is going to try and chase him down. Tankalit does get a sneaky upgrade there. All Karl-Heinz needs to do is aim this shot well, and aim it well he does as he secures the kill. But meanwhile, straight into the action once again as we see Rishek running away on 400 HP from Strunk Maxi in the Bai Lung, and Tactical Nuke chasing him down in the Raven. An airstrike missing just there marginally once again. The Bai Lung switching to Tactical Nuke, realizing that he's not going to be able to chase down Rishek, but Rishek sensing the opportunity and coming into third party, and he goes for the Bai Lung, which has a greater reload speed here.
Yeah, indeed. Now Strong Maxi here does get rammed to death by Rishek, but in comes Tactical once again. He seems to have reloaded. Never mind. Rishek actually able to pick up the red drop, but Tactical Nuke relentless. He's putting shot after shot after shot into the Arlekin, but the Arlekin is actually able to get away. Good driving by Rishek. Oh, Caster Curse here almost turned onto the side. He tries to make his escape.
And in the background, we do see VDR taking a bit of damage, but once again, Tactical Nuke just chasing down Rishek. Will he catch him? It looks like he will, as he puts one in, takes one in return. Second one doesn't quite go through, and Rishek does pen. Third goes through, and the strike from Rishek misses, allowing Tactical Nuke to secure the kill and pick up the drop.
Exactly, Tactical Nuke with that one almost level 5 already here as Rishek goes down and out this battle. So
Lani
one of the
also went
stronger
down in the
players, I
background,
would
by
say
the way.
here. Sorry?
Lani also went down in the background while we were watching that, by the way. Just a heads up in case anyone missed that. And now we're going to see Chess Genie possibly find VDRPL and get a couple of cheeky shots in from behind, potentially, or vice versa even, as Chess Genie heads into the riverbed and VDR comes up, and that's exactly what we see as VDR gets a cheeky shot in. Chess returns fire, but here comes the lightning strike from VDRPL, forcing Chess to back off, allowing VDR to get safe for a brief moment, but brief it will be as Chess Genie closes in once again. VDR knows he needs to heal up here, and that's exactly what he's going to do, because any minute now, Chess is going to come up after him, potentially.
Yeah, the heal actually putting VDR on 651, so not immediate one-shot range, but Chess Genie obviously knows that there is a low HP enemy, and now we see Daki here, 1000 HP only, and Isner with the Bailang pretty close to him. I think Daki has already radioed, is aware what's happening, is trying to drive away, but so is Isner, as he is looking where there is possible prey for him to be had. 13 tanks still alive here, and no one is level 7 yet. New multi-show, actually, together with Karl-Heinz, the only ones on level 6 currently, and now VDRPL has actually been found out by Chess. That does have an autoloader. Does he have one more shot available? He does. So VDR, he struggled for a long time. He tried to make a getaway. It didn't work in the end. Chess Genie already full HP from the red drop again, and that reduces the field of participants, at least for this game, to 12.
Indeed, and now we see New Multi try to get a couple of cheeky shots into Chess Genie. Unfortunately, none of them pen. And now he's going to realize he needs to get out of this area before Chess gets too close, and then he ends up in a world of hurt. And that's exactly what he's going to do, putting multiple ridges between himself and Chess. But Yuzna taking a bit of damage as Monster Yo chasing him down with the Raven. Yuzna, the hunter, now becoming the hunted.
Yeah, a lot of CCs here not really trying to go for the engagement currently. I think a lot of them realize that basically staying alive can be maybe the better strategy instead of trying to steamroll the enemies by getting kills early on, as Azum is able to secure a blue drop for himself. And, oh, Tactical Nuke, he does spot out Aussie, who is still clueless. Finally, he turns around here. Tactical Nuke puts in one, but Arsenal able to retaliate. Now, in comes the trap here, but that Valkyrie is just such a meaty tank. He has just picked up one more green drop. That's a lot of HP here. And the Valkyrie, it is activating the booster to get out of the trap, but you can see just how slow that process goes. But at the same time, the Valkyrie is still full HP, so he doesn't care.
He gets out now as the trap ends, and now Orzenel is back in the fight against Tactical. And we'll see how this goes. I don't see that being the greatest engagement for Tactical, so I assume he's going to try and take off from this engagement. And we do see Yuzna taking some damage in the background there. Orzenel getting a cheeky upgrade there. Looks like Tactical and Daki just ran into each other for a brief moment, and they're going to split apart as Alexon Banda now runs into Orzenel and is going to try and split apart as well, being forced down into the area where Tactical Nuke also is, and Azam is also there. Lots of Harlequins all over the place. Papalion also joining this engagement. A red ball by Azam going down. We'll see how this develops as it's free-for-all. Slowly grows.
The ball actually does connect, so Tactical Nuke here in a dire spot down to 248. Needs to be careful not to take another shot by anyone here. Papa Pavian getting attacked from a Raven from the back lines. It's going to be Monster from the top of the hill here to rain down the herd. Meanwhile, Tactical Nuke has actually fallen to Azam, so we are still at 11 tanks, but the zone, as you can see, it's rapidly closing, and this does in turn mean that engagements in the future are more likely to happen. Karl-Heinz so far the first one on level 7 together with Chess Genie, but others are probably not far away from that level. And now New Multi here driving past Papa Pavian. Papa sees him here, auto aim. The auto aim actually not connecting here. That is not something you usually see by Papa, but New Multi driving into the stones here, making himself easy prey, losing a lot of HP in the process.
I think there needs to be a safety car out there, because that was some driving incident right there. And that lightning strike connects a couple of shots there. I think 2 strikes potentially. New Multi down to 400 is going to want to get out of this area. He's going to try and pick up that green in the hopes to get some HP back, I assume. Daki trying to get out of the red zone, taking a bit of damage. Is he going to take a 4th tick of damage? Ooh, just about gets out without taking 4th tick of damage. But right next to him, Karl-Heinz, a Valkyrie, and Pavian on the high ground in a position to shoot as well if he turns around.
I think Daki just about made it out of that one to the safety of the high ground, as we now see Papa Pavian. And look at that area of the map. It's still 11 tanks left. That's crazy. So now it's going to be completely random. Who's going to meet whom at what time? Alex and Banda getting in a few nice shots into Papa. Actually, Papa even getting tracked here. You can see in the back, Isna with the Bailang happily driving around. New Multi getting attacked by I don't know who. This is all over the place.
It is a free-for-all in all senses and regards here, as there's shots coming in from all angles on shots going in all directions, and we'll have to see how this develops as people slowly close into each other. And as we can see, the majority of the remaining map is about to turn red, and Monster down to a 1-shot as well. Does he go down? Here comes Has him with the ram, and his own ball hits him in the back as well.
And now Alex and Banda and Papapowian also fighting it out. And it
That
looks
was
like
actually
Azum
super
is
well
gonna
done
go
by
in for this.
Azum.
It was, indeed, because that ball might go and take out Papapowian for him. Or alternatively, it might hit Alex. I don't know if he'll make it there. I think it's about to expire soon.
Alex and Banda now, the ball ever drawing closer. So Azum with that ram onto the enemy, actually securing that the ball will be able to possibly do more damage. Meanwhile, Ducky getting picked up by Karl-Heinz. Once again, the heavy tank prevailing in that engagement. Down to 9 CCs we are. And here, Papapowian also in dire spot. 81 HP, so a one-shot for basically anyone on the field. New multi on the left side of the screen. Actually, 490 does get picked up as well, just like Papapowian. Just seconds separating both of those in their death.
Seconds, I'd say milliseconds. Honestly, the Sharks can smell the blood in this scenario. All the low health tanks are dying and dropping very quickly. Freddy and Chess Genie making a race to the red line as they both take damage. Who's going to get there first, and will they start engaging each other? It looks like they almost don't even realize they're there. They're looking in complete opposite direction. Oh, there we go. Now they see, and now they're going to start to engage. But Freddy's got a lot of HP, 3.2k against Chess Genie's 1.8. Alex and Banda in position to third party potentially, though, as he comes up behind Freddy.
Oh, the airstrike from the Arlequin here actually missing. And now we do see actually double Arlequin on level 7, one Raven on level 7. We see double Valkyrie level 7 as well. And then on level 6, Bailang and Valkyrie. But now in comes the combat robot here. But
Too little, too late.
player
Uses
controlling it is actually dead, isn't already down and out. His little battlefield robot there trying to do what it can here as long as it's still alive. Maybe it can even support him, but you can see at the top right of the screen it's actually once again Osnell with the disciplined plays.
See, I point that out for a reason. Again, he's in the perfect position. Well, he was in the perfect position as it turns yellow. Caster's curse right there, I guess. Red Bull takes out the little robot there. Freddy taking a bit of damage. Ozzy being forced out of a strong position, which could have been huge for him had that been the zone that was remaining at the end. And there we see the Arlequin go down. Azum taken out by Karl-Heinz. And now, once again, free-for-all as everyone closes in. Freddy's just healing up a tiny bit. Karl-Heinz and Orzenel about to engage. Chess Genie also looking to third party potentially. No, it's going to be Orzenel going for the ram
Chess Genie
on
is
Chess
unaware.
Genie, looking the other way. And that's a huge ram for 1,000 HP. And now all Orzenel needs to do is connect the shot and high roll it. And that should be game over for Chess Genie as he tries to escape. Karl-Heinz might even get the shot as well.
Chess Genie does get away here for the time being, and now we have double Valkyrie here in the zone that have very, very nice stuff. I don't know why Chess Genie actually activated his drop, and look where Freddy is on the bottom right. He is just chilling in that corner. No one is going to be able to reach him for the time being. I mean, that being said, they're all busy with each other. Karl-Heinz and Orzenel here in a 1v1, but Alex and Banda actually driving around with a Harlequin. The airstrike does miss, and he is just playing with that red line, going in, going out. And Karl-Heinz with the Valkyrie is able to pick up Chess Genie, and now Freddy here lurking and waiting on the prone, and Alex and Banda probably just proxy spotted Freddy, but it is actually going to be Karl-Heinz to pick him up, and now triple Valkyrie against each other. Who has the healing feat?
Have you seen how many kills Karl-Heinz has this match? Yeah. He has 7 kills this match. He has definitely stepped up this game. And honestly, I mean, he's low on HP
big
here.
shot by Ozzy though into Karl-Heinz, who does get the red pickup though, back to 1k again, and the healing zone's doing the work here. Arsenal right now the second lowest as Karl-Heinz down to 300, 400. You can see the heals and the counter heals and the bleeds coming in. Actually, Arsenal and Karl-Heinz dropping at the same time, and Freddy is going to be the last man dying. So he's going to be taking the 37 points.
It looks like Karl-Heinz is second there, as he ended up getting the notification of death just milliseconds after third place. But 7 kills, that's huge. I think he's going to take the majority of the points this game.
That is 14 points right there here for him. That's he's going to be happy with that one, and I think that's going to shuffle around the scoreboard a bit.
I think so. I don't think it's anything to upset the top 3, maybe, potentially, but, you know, could be wrong. We'll have to take a look once we get the results up. But that was a pretty strong performance. We see 3 Valkyries at the end. When was the last time we saw 3 Valkyries at the end of a match?
I don't think we've ever seen that, but that is probably a meta shift that we are witnessing right here, right now. Like, the Valkyries just continuously being amongst the last tanks there, just continuously able, and then at the end, when it actually matters, when you have to out-heal the opponent, obviously with the healing zone, just able to do that. So, yeah, Valkyrie, it used to be sort of
once again
a meme pick, I would say.
We definitely memed it.
Yeah, but nowadays, it might be actually viable.
Honestly, I think it's, once again, as you said, dynamics and top speed being the second upgrade, as well as the zone closing in as tanks die. I think that's a huge thing. It means you can pick up the drops when there's nothing going on, and as soon as people start dying, the zones close in so rapidly, you end up so close to everyone, and you can just perform. And again, here we're looking right at the end. Karl-Heinz on HP, Freddy has HP, Ortonel has HP, but they're all just taking damage here by the zone, and it just comes down to who connects the shot and who drops their heal in time. And then we see Ortonel getting a cheeky shot into Karl-Heinz just as Karl-Heinz
Yeah, but like
heals
Karl-Heinz getting that red drop is also crazy good here for him. And you see this free-for-all here in that triangle, so no one can really peek without taking a humongous hit, as Ortonel able to pick up another one into Freddy. But Freddy, in the end, just able to sustain this battle of attrition the longest. And yeah, this means we're going to be heading over to the round results of the 5th round, as we see Karl-Heinz with those 7 kills. Even though he wasn't even first place, he's still able with 8,000 damage, even 44 points to his name. Freddy, 37. He was basically the chicken dinner of this round went to him, but like 44 points over 37, you just see that difference that the kills start to make here. Ortonel still in 3rd here, so still racking in another 27 for himself. Then Azum 26, same for Alex. You have Chesgeny there, racking in 24 points, and then isn't it with the 16 you multi with the 14 Papa with the 12 Monster with the 11? But the thing is, because Karl-Heinz was able to take away so many kills from the others, this in turn means that a lot of CCs are actually not going to get a lot of points.
Do you remember who was in 2nd place before this match?
Daki, I believe.
And we see Tactical Nuke and Daki both on 10 points here. Rishek on 8, VDRPL on 7, Lani on 5, Shrunk Maxi with 4, Tankalit with 3, Algo with 3, XYL with 2, and Hudi Hudzuki with 0. And that's going to shuffle the scoreboard a tiny bit, and we shall hopefully see that any second now.
All right, as the scoreboard does get updated, and Ortonel once again reigning supreme, 162 points. That man is not running, that man is sprinting away with his lead currently in 2nd place. We do have Daki with 107 points, but he shouldn't be too safe, because 2 points behind him is Papa, and then another point behind him with 104 is Freddy. On place 5 we have Tactical with 101. That means in between place 2 and 5 there is a difference of only 6 points, but it doesn't stop there.
It doesn't stop there, no, because New Multi is on 99 points, so there's only a 7-point difference between 2nd and 6th, meaning everything's still on the table for these guys.
Yeah, Ortonel with his continuous performances really starting to make a difference here. 162 points after more than half of the rounds played is really nothing to scoff at. But yeah, everything after him sort of up for grabs, really. I mean, then Algo, yeah, 84, Karl-Heinz 73, Isna 65, but you can see even amongst those it's sort of close, because on the other side you see Monster 65, the same as Isna on place 10, then BDR another 9 points behind him, Chesgeny coming 2 points after with 54, Alex and Banda with 50. I mean, it's not the kind of points that we see on the podium right now, but in between all of those guys, it is incredibly close.
It's tough competition in separate different groupings, essentially. We have the top few players with a load of points, and then we have, you know, another group of players with really close points, and then towards the back end as well, we see all the guys at the back also with still, again, really close on points, even though there's huge splits between each of those groups. We'll have to see how this develops as we hopefully head into the next match very soon, which will be on Dreamland, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, once again, Dreamland, so the Icy and the City map.
Match 6?
Match 6, I mean, judging by how it's been going, what's your guess? How many Valkyries?
I think...
Hit
how many
me.
players we got? 19? 20?
20.
20? I'm going to guess 8 Valkyries.
8 Valkyries?
Yeah,
Right.
I'm going relatively on the safe side.
I must say 6 and 2 Variacs.
Okay, okay. I think there'll be 2 Variags as well. I'm going to agree with you there. I think we're going to see quite a few Huragans and Ravens.
Huragan's probably not as much, because the problem is, as good as the Huragan is against light tank, it does tend to struggle apparently against the Valkyries, which are basically in their environment on Dreamland. So we'll have to see. It is all a mind game, a game of cat and mouse between our CCs here. And so far, I guess, Arsenal just with the big brain.
Yeah, honestly, like, he's crushing it right now. Much like his enemies when he's ramming them. Literally crushing them. I'm sorry.
Rolling in and rolling over his enemies.
Yeah, honestly, I want to see him do it again. Honestly, Dreamland, it's the map to go for rams. I'm telling you. You just use the turbo. You just ram someone as soon as they get stuck on a corner. But honestly, I think he's in a pretty secure position. He's like got a good solid 60-point lead almost.
I mean, so far he's been able to like really put down the performances on the board, but like that can also be kind of detrimental, because right now he's obviously on a high. Like, everything's going for him. He's just this far ahead, also mentally. But as soon as he starts like going up very early in one match and then it happens again, you can spiral down extremely quickly. So basically momentum, that intangible concept, these thoughts that you cannot quantify is gonna possibly in the future play a role here. Obviously, we don't want to cast a curse him. That being said, I wouldn't mind a bit more, closeness for first place. But the way that Arsenal has been playing so far, he's just been better.
As we head in to the 6th match of today on Dreamland, and we see the map preview here. You know what we haven't seen a lot of today, or any of at all? Amorex.
Amorex, yes indeed, and I think a couple people are going to be happy about that fact here, namely Dakilzor, who did get slightly unlucky with some of those in the past, so
just some?
we'll have to see. Anyway,
there we go.
round number 6 we go, so here we are once again on Dreamland in between all of our CCs, and yeah, let's get counting.
9, 10, 11.
11
Valkyries.
Valkyries.
That is huge. How many Variags, though? How many Variags?
And, yeah.
2! We got the Variags.
2, yeah, we got the Variags.
Okay,
correct.
there is a
All
cheeky
right,
Bylung and a cheeky Harlequins in there. There are a couple. We do see a Raven. I don't think we see any Huragans at all.
No.
Nope.
No Huragans
Yeah,
here,
it's
so I
just
guess the
people have
players
caught on.
recognize-
Valkyrie meta it is.
Valkyrie meta it is. So that is quite a big shuffle from last time here. And we see not a lot of damage actually being dealt here at the start, because the Valkyries, they have trouble penetrating each other.
Yep. We do see Karl-Heinz get a little shot into Lanny here. He's just going to chase him down as Lanny has his rear.
Oh, not even able to penetrate the rear is Karl-Heinz, as now below the bridge is Papa here on the prowl, and XCR able to get a green drop for himself. That's going to be a nice 300 HP moving forward. This means he would only need to get one shot into Genie, but he doesn't quite get it to basically level up for XCR. And actually 1.5 minutes and not a single CC has died here, as
Lanny
Lanny
given up?
unfortunately seems to have a disconnect. Never mind, there he is again. Seems to have woken up, maybe the pizza delivery at the door forcing him to go there, as Genie now and XCR in the one-on-one, but you can see Genie, he doesn't want to fight that Valkyrie.
XCR
It's just a meaty heavy tank.
XCR gets shot in the side by someone earlier, and now he gets shot in the side again by Yuzna in the Bylung. And again, and this could actually be a terrible turn of events for JXCR, as he's caught in the open.
Oh,
getting
Freddy
shot from
also
multiple
with the
times.
Valkyrie.
Freddy coming in for the ram on the Raven. Genie down to a one-shot, trying to make his way down into the riverbed, or the frozen river. Down goes Genie, and now JXCR is going to be up next as he takes one from Yuzna in the middle, and Freddy's going to come around, and that's night-night to JXCR, unfortunately.
Yeah, JXCR going down here, but meanwhile the Variag
Straight
of
back into
Tactical
action.
Nuke and the Valkyrie of Arsenal duking it out, but Tactical Nuke needs to be careful here, down to 784. Arsenal still very, very healthy.
Run, Tactical Nuke, as Orzanel is coming for you with a lot of HP and a lot of weight as he comes in, potentially for a ram. I want to see it. And Tactical Nuke's going to try and get a little tactical pickup of this drop,
Ooh,
which he
does
doesn't, as he gets shot in the rear by Rishek, who puts 4 shots into the rear Tactical Nuke.
And Rishek actually taking one here by Arsenal, but it's going to be
Caster's Curse.
pickup.
It's an Amorak.
It's an Amarak here as Ducky takes one into the side, so the show just not stopping here. 16cc is still alive, but BDR taking a huge airstrike by Ducky down to 412, and Arsenal trying with the Valkyrie to pick up this red drop does succeed up to 1400 HP again. The Huracan actually missing his lightning strike, but that might be too little too late by Ducky, who does make it around the corner, but barely.
Barely, by the skin of his teeth, but he's going to be happy that he made it out of there alive.
I mean, is he
remember,
going to be happy for long though?
Oh, Rishik.
There were tanks around him, and Rishik now getting found by Arsenal, so Rishik in the Arlequin is going to have to make his way away. Keep that top part of the map in your sights, by the way. That's Ducky on very low HP, and Arsenal taking the ball here as Azam drops just before Arsenal. So Rishik with the pickup, finally he sees some success, and Ducky is like, oh, nope, I don't want anything to do with Cody.
That's a full HP Valkyrie looking right at you. Let's get out there as quickly as we can. Tankle it not too far away as well. Ducky might actually get shot here by both guys as he leaves, but no, Alexon Banda runs into Ducky with a lot of HP, and Ducky down to one shot. Does he make it out? He's on the edge. No, he doesn't, unfortunately. He also goes down as Alexon Banda.
Firm exhaling actually going on just meters from us, where Ducky has just found out that he's not going to continue this round anymore, at least not as a player. And now Freddy is coming close to Algo, but he's actually getting tagged into the back by Monster, who has now also switched from a Harlequin to the Valkyrie, and not going for the Ram though, just with a little left-right wiggle here. Not sure what Monster is trying to achieve here.
He is going for the rear and for the sides, my friend. Much like the little robot tank on the Bailong, he's trying to be effective by getting the right angle, you know? But now Freddy, using his turbo, is he going to go for the Ram? He does go for the Ram, which I don't think is the right play when you're down on HP by a solid 50%.
Yeah, Monster just putting in shot after shot after shot, and both of them seem to have ample APCR to not care really about the space armor that the enemies have. Freddy down to 5 HP is able to activate his heal here actually, so that might come in handy for him, but the show does not stop here. Isn't gets found by Algo in the Valkyrie here, and you never want to be this close to a heavy tank if you're a light. Even Algo there activating the turbo. Meanwhile, Hoodie going down to Alex, and Monster picking up Freddy.
Indeed, and now Yuzna trying to run from Algo, but look at this with the turbo. Algo is right on his rear. Yuzna does manage to get off as Algo manages to, runs out of turbo, healing up a bit, but gets shot to interrupt. But I don't see Yuzna. Oh, maybe I spoke too soon. Yuzna dropping the robot, and that robot, if Algo doesn't deal with it, is going to start racking up some damage. And here we're going to see what happens if you ignore it. And of course, Algo realizes he can't ignore it as he turns to shoot it. But now Yuzna just needs to wait for the right moment to come in.
And Rishek actually killing VDRPL in the meantime, but Algo had to kill the robot here, so Isna now coming in, and he does get the pickup, so beautiful plays by the Swede. And now Karl-Heinz and Papa Pavian in a 1v1 situation, but Papa Pavian, you can actually see that's not a good turret here as Strong Maxi falls to Monsteo, but Karl-Heinz actually has the better turret here. Papa Pavian with a good shot though, through the gunmantlet I believe, so those two are not done yet with each other. 1400 against 2.4k, but I believe Karl-Heinz has the higher upgraded tank. He's on level 6 actually, and Papa Pavian only on level 5. Papa Pavian, beautiful track shot by Karl-Heinz, so he's doing everything right now.
Indeed, and Papa Pavian just trying to get out of this situation as quickly as he can. He does level up to level 6 though, and he does get a bit of HP back, but I don't think it's going to be enough for him as he can't turn around in time. Slight driving issue here, but Monster coming in very quickly with his turbo as well to try and third-party disengagement as he tries to come up behind Karl-Heinz, who is not even aware, and takes a huge shot in the rear for 244, and that Monster's just going to chase him down and try and put another shot in. Karl-Heinz forced to go out into the open, taking a shot into the side, but now Karl-Heinz making the right play, going off to the left here, putting Monster in the middle here, but it looks like the other tank's just not interested. Papa Pavian's just not interested in this engagement, so it hasn't quite worked out for Karl-Heinz as he was expecting. But hold that thought as we see Tanklet come down to a one-shot on the other side of the screen.
Alright, 6 CCs remaining here, and you can see the entire southern part of the map actually starting to close down as we see Rishek here with an all-in play onto Isna. The ball is coming down, so is the combat robot, as Isna seems to have plenty shots available in his magazine. The combat robot not able to keep up with the speed of his engagement, and Isna is down to 310. Rishek down to 835, but as soon as he's off reload, as he seems to be now, he should be able, and he does secure the kill.
Yeah, there's not much Isna could have done there. Unfortunately, his robot's just too slow. slow, and if Yzna slows down to allow the robot to play, he gets picked up by Rishik. But meanwhile, in the middle, we see Karl-Heinz, Papalian relatively close to each other. We could see an engagement here of two Valkyries once again fighting it out. Rishik, not too far away, takes a shot in the side by Karl-Heinz. Well played, good shot. Good placement of that shell as well.
The problem here for Karl-Heinz currently is that he only has one turbo left, and that's about it. But the same can be said for Papa Pavian. He has one healing zone here, and that is it for now. And this drop here didn't have a lot else, and he just takes another airstrike here by the Arlekin by Rishek. He must be so annoyed at this point. Just flying around him, trying to sting a little left, sting a little right, and yeah, not really getting a lot of damage done, but certainly highly annoying here, as 5 people are still there. Now the western part of the map starting to close down, as there is one blue drop up for grabs, but I don't really think anyone wants really to go for it.
Looks
that
like
being
Karl
said,
might be going for
Karl-Heinz
it.
inching ever so closer, and he could really use that one as Rishek is in his side. Karl-Heinz noticing that, probably with the radio, and now Rishek, he is already level 7. That autoloader gun is just so beefy. So is that 514 hit, by the way.
True. That gun is so much fun to play with. It's just like pop, 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 pop. The amount of shots there. But Karl-Heinz is going to manage to get to the blue drop safely. But we shall see as Rishek comes in again, drops a red ball, and that's coming in directly from the side, and it looks like it's going to connect, and that's huge damage coming in. Rishek, though, on the reload is going to have to abort from this engagement, allowing Karl-Heinz to pick up the blue drop, and that's not what Rishek wants to see right now, because Karl-Heinz is going to be out for vengeance at this point and out for blood as he tries to chase down whatever he can now.
Yeah, I mean, Karl-Heinz down to, or up to 1600 rather, and Alex and Bande here with his Harlequin trying to make his way through, does take one by Papa, but now Rishek here is close to Papa as well, who is down to 1500. All of the tanks currently at level 7 here, so all of the goodies available. Rishek and Alex, the two Harlequins, are actually starting to battle it out, but I think Rishek just got tracked here and now has bigger problems, as his airstrike has just come off cooldown, and he does tag Papa with it, who is still stunned for 10 seconds. But I don't think Rishek wants to go for this one, as the Valkyrie at level 7 is just too beefy.
It is definitely just too beefy. And again, we see 2 Harlequins, 3 Valkyries here at the end. And the Harlequins just have to be really careful about the engagements they pick here. They can't really go head-to-head against the Valkyries. And going against each other is just going to mean that they become the sole target for all the Valkyries as soon as everyone starts closing in. But they're going to have to, because there's not much else they can do here. They need to secure the 4th place for themselves. And we see a good trade there by Alex and Rishek, putting shot for shot, essentially.
I mean, do you want to do that trade, though? Like,
no,
you're just
you
giving
don't.
HP
You don't.
for
But there's
nothing.
not much else they can
You're
do
not
in this
getting a kill
scenario.
out of that one.
Everywhere else, it's just a Valkyrie with its front facing you, and there's not much you can do. But hold that thought as Rishik finds an angle on Papalian, puts a couple of shots in, and gets off without taking any damage. In return, puts down an airstrike, but Papalian in the heal circle. But here comes a red ball from Rishik, coming in straight behind Papalian, forcing him out of the zone, forcing him towards Rishik. It connects, brings him down to low HP. He takes a shot in the side by Alex, who secures the kill. And that's 1 Valkyrie down, 2 more to go.
1 Valkyrie down, 2 more to go, but there is actually a double Arlequin as well, both of those with that needle shooter, basically low alpha, but so many shots in the clip to annoy your enemies with. Rishek now here in the zone, does get tagged heavily by it, minus 900, minus 1050 HP. He does make it towards the blue drop, but is he actually going to get to pick it up? Unlikely,
No,
as
he
Alex
isn't.
is coming to sweep in and secure the kill and secure the fruits of victory for himself. Blue drop, red drop. Best outcome.
Does it in style as well. Drives straight over the wreck, jumps straight over, and has to turn
dominance.
around.
Oh,
he doesn't go
he
for blue
actually
drop because it goes red, because he drove over the tank, and now he's going to have to make his way back into 2 Valkyries who are very healthy and in positions waiting for him.
Yeah, I think Karl-Heinz and Monster are currently speculating that the other one is lower HP or the other one doesn't have a healing zone anymore. And Alex and Banda, to be honest, like, not looking good for
What's
him.
this, game 6 here? As we close in towards the end of this game, blue drop coming down. Is that going to be on the top side or the low side? It looks like it might be on the low side.
We'll have to see. Actually,
Oh no,
I
it's on the
think
top side.
it's- Ooh,
That's
top side.
useful
So
for Alex.
but does it really help him?
I don't think it does. With only 2 minutes 30 remaining on the clock.
Smart play. Why do you pick it up now, Alex? Why did you pick it up now? Now you only get 100 HP out of it. If you pick it up later, you get so much more.
Yep, he should have waited.
Why?
But now Monster closing in as the zone goes red. He drops a red. Alex dropping a red ball behind
big
Monster.
ram coming
It's
out
too
by
far
Monster.
out.
big ram coming out by Monster. Alex down to 1,000, down to 900. The ball does connect here. Monster actually having to pull his healing zone. Alex and Banda down to 126, and he is going to get destroyed by the zone now. Monster desperately trying to counter heal, but Karl-Heinz in the back is going to be the smiling victor of this round, as he's, unlike a lot of other rounds that we see, actually going to survive.
Yeah. Honestly, he chose the perfect time to go and play it safe. Finds a nice position, just hangs out there, and honestly, that's the way to do it. When you have that much HP, you have that many consumables and reserves, and there's nothing that can really contest your armor. You just hang out and you just wait for everyone else to just die.
So that does actually conclude the second third of our CC Steelhunter tournament here from Tankfest in Bovington. By the way, we're looking forward to meeting you guys. If you're close to Bovington, I don't think Saturday is quite sold out yet, so maybe pop us a visit.
Yep.
And yeah, I'm desperate for some fist bumps.
Yeah, indeed. We will be around in Bovington tomorrow and on Sunday meeting you viewers. So if you're here, come and see us and say hello if you do see us.
Say more than hello.
Yeah, well, yeah. Definitely.
All right. Actually, results, Extra. First of all, replays.
Yes.
As we do once again see Karl-Heinz, he doesn't even need to engage. Monster and Alex and Banda basically doing all in plays against each other. Both of them probably realizing they're never going to stand a chance against Karl-Heinz, who's just chilling on the lower side. Monster does get one more kill, but he doesn't make it towards the red drop to be able to survive longer. So it is going to be Karl-Heinz to secure that one, and I believe now we're gonna hop over to the score screen where we see Karl-Heinz with only one kill but a smile on his face. 39 points for him, then Alex and Banda 35, and this time it's actually pretty close together up there. Monster 34, Rishek 32, Isner 24, Papapavian 22, and only then does it start to drop off a bit.
Indeed, Tanklet with 16, Strunk Maxi with 14, VDR, Algo, and Freddy all with 12, New Multi with 9, Hoodie Hudzutski with 7, Daki with 6, Orzanel with 5, Azum with 4, Tactical Nuke with 3, JXCR with 2, Chess Genie with 1, and Lani with 0. Daki's not going to be happy about that 6 points, considering the point difference between
this
second
is
to
considerably going to shake things up. I mean, Orzanel, he should still have a gigantic buffer here, considering he had like 60 points in front.
Here's the
like
big thing.
Starting with place number 2, it's going to be very interesting.
Here's the big thing. Karl-Heinz was, I believe, in 9th, and he wasn't too far behind. These 39 points here, plus the points he got from those 7 kills in the previous match, might be enough to bump him up into the top 5.
Yeah, we'll have to see, and indeed we do get it revealed as we see the score, and unsurprisingly, Orzanel still the leader here, 167. Papapavian able to close the gap a bit in place 2 with 127. In place 3, we do see Freddy with 116. Then Daki finally with 113. Karl-Heinz just behind him in actually the top 5, as you said, 112. Not far behind New Multi-Show, 108. And not far behind that one either, Tactical Nuke with 104, just 5 points off his Monster with 99. Then 3 points behind is Algo with 96, 2 points after that one, Azum with 94, and
only 5 points behind Yizna, another 4 points behind Alex. And then we have Rishek with 78, Video with 68, Chess Genie with 55, Strunk Maxi with 54, Tankalit with 51, Hoodie Hudzutski with 44, JXCR with 38, and Lani with 34. Again, the top 5, top 10, like from second onwards, it's still with 3 matches to go.
Place 8, it's basically 28 points.
3 matches to go. Anyone from, I'd say, 10 to 2 can climb back up.
Yeah,
honestly.
I mean, anything could happen at this point here.
I don't think we saw too much from Orzanel last game. I don't think he needs to start performing again and not have more matches like this, because if he has repeat matches like this where he doesn't perform as much, he will start losing his lead, and we don't want to see that.
I mean, he doesn't want to see that.
Well, no, he definitely doesn't.
I would like to have a suspenseful end to this one, but maybe, I mean, that is what I was talking about before this round, and I'm a bit sorry that I seem to have cursed him, but 1 bad round is okay. 2 bad rounds, still doable, but as soon as you start to drop the 3rd, maybe the 4th, then you're not going to be winning this one anymore.
Speaking of Cast the Curse, we did see our first Amarak so far.
First Amarak as well, yes, yes.
Not many of those.
I mean, we're not just pressing the buttons, it's just happening, guys.
But yeah, we'll see how this goes as we head into the final third of today. First map, Azajir.
First map, Finolfir.
Oh, Filnafir. The new
Finolfir.
map, once again. I can
Yes.
never get the name right on that, so I'm going to have to practice that next time before Steelhunter
Finolfir.
tournaments, I guess.
Finolfir, yes. After that, it's going to be Azajir 4.04. I guess
Error
map
404.
not found. And after that, obviously, to finish it off, it's going to be Dreamland, the map that we just saw. Now, having seen each map twice, I would say the similar ones are kind of Finolfir, out of which we see the video currently, and then Azajir, the sand map, like just in how they play out, not necessarily how they look.
Yep.
And then just basically Dreamland being a different kind of beast. Now, we did see a lot of Valkyries in the past game. I believe those numbers are going to go a bit back. How many were it? Like 11?
What are we talking about?
Valkyries.
Valkyries? I think it was 11 last match. I think next time we get Dreamland, I think we're going to see more. I think
Possibly.
almost everyone will be running Valkyries other than people who are completely out of the points and they might just meme because it'll be the final match of the day.
I mean, considering how close basically the top spots are everywhere, there's a lot of people that are not going to meme, certainly.
Well, here I think we're going to see more Huragans. Once again, Harlequins, Bailongs, possibly a few Ravens. Azajir once again will be the same and going straight in. A
The
few
amount of
Valkyries.
Valkyries has actually decreased. The map being much more open, the CCs opting for those faster tanks. Once again, we do see Huragans. We even see a Harbinger, a Bailang by Isna once again. And up in the, or I guess down in the lower right corner, we already see Lani, but in the top right of the screen taking some damage. Alex and Bande in the top left taking some damage. And here we see Lani battling, duking it out against New Multishow, while Azum in the middle of the screen also is taking heavy punishment.
Yep. Punishment being taken everywhere by people, and again, great peek by New Multi there. Puts one in, second one doesn't quite connect. Lani not able to return any shells just yet, but we shall see if that changes as New Multi reloads, puts one in.
Ooh.
Lani doesn't return fire, or doesn't pen with his return shot.
I think Lani also seems to be unaware that basically the Huragan has a double shotgun. He once again armor not penetrated, but New Multishow actually does put in a shot here. Lani down to 535. He recognizes he needs to get out of there, but can he actually down to 250 HP? And once again, the Huragan is able to come in 121, and with the next shot, he's able to secure the kill. So New Multishow with the second kill of the round, the first one for him, is going to take out Lani.
Indeed, Alex and Banda also did go down during that engagement elsewhere on the map, and hopefully at some point we'll see where that was. But again, I think the Huragan with the double shot on these maps at the start, opening, is very strong. Now we see Monsayo sort of finding a shot on Daki. It doesn't quite connect. Tactical gets a cheeky upgrade there as he escapes from that scenario, which could end terribly for him had he been found.
Once
We see
again-
Papa Pauian going up and taking a shot in the rear by Freddy, but it does not connect, and in return he tries to fire back, but it does not do anything.
And
As
once again, our dreams of having a vacation in the white part with the snow of the map are going to be cut short, as the northern part of the map is actually going to be the part to close off first.
Hold
but now
that thought
Arlequin
as
against
Yizna
Bailang.
hunting down Daki. Bailang versus Harlequin, two of my favorite tanks. They're going shot for shot, blow for blow here as they fight it out, going round these rocks. Yizna missing a shot there, Daki missing a shot there, and they're just chasing each other, but Daki putting some distance between himself and Yizna, and it's in the turning speed here. It's in the turning arcs.
Ducky seems to be able to put some distance in between both of them, but Monsteo actually with the ram kill here onto Tactical
Cheeky.
Nuke, and now Axiar a bit underleveled here against the Valkyrie that still has its ram available. Big ram coming out onto Axiar, who immediately pops his heal, but it's going to be cut short by another connection of that torpedo Valkyrie. Finally, the boost runs out, and from behind, Strong Maxi with some pummeling into the backside of Monster, who is now very, very low on HP, but he does have the healing zone available.
Strong
And
Maxi
this-
making the right play here, realizes it's not worth fighting a Valkyrie in a healing zone. He's going for XCR, trying to get the kill. XCR gets an upgrade right there. Strong Maxi doesn't quite connect the shot and pen, and he is hunting down JXCR. Slight handbrake there by the looks of it, and he gets the final pen, and that's going to be JXCR out of this match, and he takes off the gamer glasses just off screen there. Unfortunate for him, as Tanklet is now on 200, 300 HP. Freddy has him sort of pinned by the looks of it. Pauian not far away, might come from third party. Huri Hujutsuki also in the background there on relatively low HP. just
I
in the
mean,
background.
Freddy coming in style, and he doesn't even ram the enemy. He just kills him straight up here. That's going to be 2 points, and more importantly for him at the moment, I guess, that's going to be a red drop and a level up to 2,700 HP. In the backlines, by the way, Hoodie here in the red is going to be hard pressed, 906 HP here. He does connect the lightning strike onto New Multi-Show, who doesn't seem to have one currently available. Double Huracan fighting each other, but Hoodie with the short end of the stick here down to a one-shot, down and out of the game as New Multi claims it here, but the action doesn't stop there. Arsenal just on the overlook.
Yes, indeed. Orzenel on the overlook for Monster Yo and Strunk Maxi. Strunk Maxi dropping the red ball just behind him, but slight driving incident allows Monster Yo to get the ram kill on Strunk Maxi.
Here.
But here comes the red ball. Does it connect? Does it do anything? I don't think it does.
That's not a red ball. That's actually the combat
is it? Oh,
robot.
yeah, it is. It's the combat tank trying to do its little damage. And then, speaking of combat tanks, Yuzna once again with the byline getting another combat tank out there. I just missed who he was fighting against. He's fighting against New Multi-Show, who's popped off Surging Fervor, which allows him to do more damage for each consecutive shot that penetrates. But the little robot just comes in, gets New Multi to turn, and Yuzna secures the kill. Straight back into action once again. Another Harlequin. Azam trying to flank Karl-Heinz, running circles around. Karl-Heinz gets tracked, allowing Azam to go for a wide circle. Tracked once again. This is working out in Azam's favor here, as long as he doesn't take a shot, but is out wide, so he decides to disengage from Karl-Heinz, who is able to keep up with his traverse.
Yeah, Karl-Heinz now also with the upgrade has this 2,700 HP pool that he's currently healing up, so he's going to be fairly healthy, and Azam wants nothing to do with that. Just as we see Ducky and Papa pretty close to each other, both of them wanting to go for the green drop. Papa actually getting it, and now Ducky is like, where did that come from? As he gets shaved off a whole 400 HP here.
Good strike though.
He needs to go away. A good strike by Ducky. If that one hadn't happened for like 800, I believe he wouldn't have, or he would have rather, had a tough time getting away. This way, Ducky in the brown here is able to make an escape, or is he? Azam in yet another Arlequin from the side, puts in a shot, reducing Ducky to 660.
Indeed, but this might actually work out. As Azam is chasing Ducky, it means Papa Paulian ends up being directly behind Azam, forcing Azam to disengage from Ducky here and be more mindful about his surroundings before he gets pinned down by Papa Paulian, allowing Ducky to escape for now. Good tactical decision there, but here comes Karl-Heinz, not too far away, and Azam is still closing in as well. Papa Paulian not far off, Yuzna not far off, Orzenel not far off. Ducky is slowly getting backed up into a corner here.
Indeed, although if you take a look at the minimap, the spread is actually quite far in between all of the CCs, except for this Arlequin that we see right now. Azam driving onto Karl-Heinz here in the back. You see Algo there, not really in any kind of striking distance. Does Azam want to commit to this fight? I'm not entirely sure, as he bounces one of the shots off of Karl-Heinz that does try to secure the blue drop now, and I think Azam, he has realized what's going on as Dake is trying to search the engagement against Isna here, driving through the green, doesn't really want to pick it up now. Isna has the higher ground, and I think he will actually be the one to secure it, as he does full HP. Once again is the Swede, as Papa Pavian now coming in from the side, but Isna, he has set his sights onto Daki here, as Papa misses one more shot onto Isna, but there is actually a fierce battle also going on in between
Chess Genie and Orzenel in the background there, duking out with shot for shot as Daki and Yuzna move north. They're going to run into those guys eventually, and we might see another free-for-all scenario with 4 or 5 tanks all participating, as Papa Pavian is just here at a distance, popping shots in at every opportunity he gets. And now we see Chess Genie, Orzenel, and Daki all relatively close to each other. None of them can really stop for drops here, because as soon as they do, they've got another tank in position that can shoot them, and it's not worth losing their HP. But hold that thought as we see Freddy and Monster Yo in the Valkyries, face to face, duking it out, blow for blow, as these brawlers, these heavyweights, these titans, go shot for shot, trying to pen each other, face hugging.
Battle of the elephants here right now, as they are trying to penetrate each other, but so far only Monster here with the good connections. 3 for 0 currently, as Monster does back up here with the turbo, because Freddy wants to try to get to his side now. Both of those had to drive out of the red area basically, but Monster, he has the turbo currently active, but seems to be unable to push Freddy into the red zone. And yeah, well, I mean, if this continues like this, never mind Freddy actually with the heal, and this is probably, if they both have heals, it's just going to go on forever. And I guess this is where we're actually switching away here. Daki now down to 413, needs to be pretty careful, as there's still 10 CCs available, alive, kicking, fighting on the battlefield.
And just as we say that, we see Chess Genie going for a cheeky blue drop there, uncontested. Algo not too far away, but
once again, back to the double Valkyries, who are just duking it out and just holding it on. We'll see how long this takes. It's like watching
I mean,
two
both of
Titans
those
go.
need to leave the red zone now.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
why-
Once again, they're stuck in the red zone and they need to leave. But here's the thing: Monster's leaving first, meaning he's got his rear to Freddy, which means Freddy's just going to be able to farm some free damage potentially as they go. But the question is, do they both make it to the safe zone?
Oh
in
my
time?
god, he actually got tracked here, and that
Cheeky
might be
tracking
detrimental.
shot. But I don't think he gets out of this in time. I think Freddy gets a shot in the rear by Monster as he leaves. But the healing zone coming in clutch. Freddy gets an upgrade there. Does Monster heal in time? This is going to be close. This is going to be very, very
I
close
mean,
here.
both of them having the healing circles here. Another bounce coming in by Freddy, and the healing zone
Once
by Monster
again-
still active. And in 10 seconds, actually, Monster, I believe, will have another heal available.
Once
to
again,
him.
same story, different location, I guess, right? I think we're going to see this a few times, but hold that thought as we see Karl-Heinz and Azam trading it out here. I don't know if Azam wants to take this engagement. He's being very bold against Karl-Heinz here. I don't think this is the first time this match we've seen this. He's driven straight up, and once again,
Oh,
Monster taking a
now
huge amount of damage here.
down to 600 here. Needs to be careful, isn't it? In the meantime, getting picked up by Ducky, so 2 points for him. And now Freddy and Monster are just facing off each other. But the thing is, Monster is going to die first because this is actually the red part of the circle. I mean, yeah, Freddy is probably going to pick up the drop, go up to 1600, but he's never going to make it back here. So Freddy probably the next victim to the zone, as Ducky here on 330 trying to navigate away from Algo, from Azam, from the combat robot.
Freddy,
As
pinned
Freddy
by
does
the
get
other
picked up by the
Valkyrie's
Zoom.
wreck, gets killed out. Daki making a runner from the little robot, which is chasing him down on the edge of the red zone, and Azam also chasing down Karl-Heinz in position to potentially interrupt this engagement here, and also Chess Genie getting a few cheeky shots in as well from a distance. Whose robot is that?
I believe that was the robot by Isna Still, who died quite some time ago. And
Indeed.
now Ducky does get destroyed by the airstrike here from Azam. Very, very well placed. And Karl-Heinz now, the next one here, very, very close.
That's not
Azam,
the first time we've seen Daki go down by an airstrike.
That is
Steelhunter.
indeed true, although this one was only like 250 HP. Azam barely gets away from this ram here, does pop his his red ball, and it does connect. So Karl-Heinz probably stunned from that one, has to collect himself here, and collect himself indeed he does. 517 into the side of the Harlequin.
Real quick, off to the side of the screen, you would have seen Orzanel and
Algo got destroyed
fighting.
by the
Algo
sun.
was on 22 HP, locked out of the map by the looks of it, and got killed. And now Chess Genie is going to have to make a runner back into the red zone as we see Azam and Karl-Heinz once again close range, trying to juke it out. And again, it's the same two tanks every single time. Azam drives up, finds Karl-Heinz, tries to take a shot or two, realizes it's not worth it, and leaves.
Now Chess Genie here with the Raven. What level is he actually at? 7, so he might have a very, very effective autoloader at his disposal, and slowly but surely this Harlequin, yes, it's very mobile in the initial stages of the game, but after that it doesn't really yeah, in those close combat engagements, it doesn't have the armor as the Huracan from Papa is now starting to put on the hurt, but that airstrike was pretty good on Papa Pavian, as Orznal is trying to make it into the zone here. He does get tagged by it though, 10% every second, and now we can see Papa Pavian had put down the lightning strike onto Azam. 685 HP left on that Harlequin.
Indeed, indeed. Orzanel does pop his turbo to try and get back into the zone, and it looks like he just about made it as he heals up. Papawian coming in and picking up Azam with a ram and then a couple of shots to secure the kill. Chess Genie just hiding behind the building. He doesn't want to peek out because Orzinel's on one side, Karl-Heinz on the other. And now Papawian is in the red zone, but he's going to pick up a drop or two possibly and come back into the zone. Orzinel trying to flank around as he is once again caught on the red. He's going to have to make a dip over, and it looks like he's going to go for the ram on Papawian as he comes down the slope at full speed but gets tracked. Wonderful aim by Papawian there, who now goes for the circle, takes out the engine and the track once again, and is just putting shot after shot after shot into Orzinel. And then, on top of that, putting down the lightning strike.
Exactly, Orzinel now having to deal with that here as he's down to 572. That lightning strike just continuously chipping away at the HP. Orzinel now getting tagged by the zone here as well. I don't think he'll be able to even pick it up as Papa Pavian doesn't let him get back into the zone. And Papa Pavian with the kill here onto Orzinel, and now we're left with 3 people as Karl-Heinz, Chess Genie and Papa Pavian are left in a 1v1v1. However, Papa Pavian actually with quite some good cards as everything is red here right now. It's starting to to tick, and Papa Pavian, he can now start reversing into that red drop. He can get some more HP. Yes, Karl-Heinz has popped the heal here, but Papa Pavian, he has a lot of drops at his disposal. So does Gestrini. Both of them now full HP again, so it's gonna go down to the wire here. The players, they need to make some connections into the enemies, and now Karl-Heinz there at the back down to 500 here. He does have the highest base HP, so no! Actually, it's gonna be Gestrini killing Papa first, then Karl-Heinz getting destroyed by the zone, and once again a super close match.
Papa losing the second place in that game there.
Chess victorious here, but yeah, just well played, and I think Karl-Heinz, if he had just gotten that one more shot in, he could have placed higher.
Did Papa Pavian need to leave that area? I don't know if pushing across the field was the right play there. He lost a lot of HP doing that, and I think he could have possibly stolen a second place there by staying alive and staying safe. But he decided to go for it, and you know what? You got to respect it. He did really well there. He fought head-on-head against a Valkyrie, tracked, took out the engine, and did a huge amount of damage to the guy, and managed to come out on top there in, you know, honestly, a situation which I didn't have him winning, honestly.
That was just a free-for-all, and in those forced situations, like in those split seconds, it always is so incredibly difficult to basically do the right decision. In that, when you're under pressure, you might think just pure action might be the best course, but that might not always be the case here. As for example, you see Papa Pavian here, he does have the 2 drops basically to pick up, but he does fire on Gestrini. He doesn't even get the reset on the green drop, and then Gestrini gets safe. He has a blue drop also to still regenerate his HP.
After picking up this blue drop, could he have not went for the yellow to the north of his position, as opposed to pushing across where he now takes several shots as he crosses? I feel like he could have conserved a tiny bit more HP. Sure, going for the yellow is a bit risky, but there is a slight incline there which could have possibly saved him.
I think you're correct. If Papa doesn't go for Gestrini here, he would be second place.
Yeah, I think so.
So results here. Gestrini up on top there in his Raven. I don't think we had a Raven victory today. 4,887 damage, but more importantly, 2 kills, which leads to 41 points. Then Papa in second place, 33. Karl-Heinz coming in with a whopping 30 still. Then Arsenal once again in 24? Those top 5 spots here. Actually in 4th, 24, but the same can be said for Azum, who also netted 24 points, and Ducky and Algo both with 20. Monster and Freddy both with 18, and New Multi coming in with 14.
Yuzno also with 14, Rishiak with 11, Strong Maxi with 10, Hoodie Hudzutski with 7, Tankalit with 6, JXCR with 5, VDRPL with 4, Tactical Nuke with 3. Not a strong performance by him, unfortunately, in this match. Lani with 2, Alexon Banda with 1 point. Honestly, Gestrini still coming out on top there in that game because of the kills he got. And respectable amount of damage, but look at the amount of damage Pavian got.
Yeah, Papa Pavian with 8.8, but to be honest, damage doesn't really mean a lot in this.
Still impressive to see, because remember, damage is damage.
Damage is indeed damage, and now the more important stats here as we head over to the scoreboard. Arsenal still leading the pack here with 192. In second place we do have Papa now with 165. Karl-Heinz immediately in third position, 147. Then fourth coming in, Ducky with 140. Freddy immediately behind, just 1 point, 139. Then New Multi 128. Azum 126. Monster and Algo both 123. And then Tactical Nuke with 112.
Yuzno with 110, Gestrini with 102, Rishiak with 93, Alexon Banda with 90, VDRPL with 78, Strong Maxi with 73, Tankalit with 65, Hoodie Hudzutski with 58, JXCR with 50, and Lani with 43. We see a huge difference between the start and the end, first and last place. But again, Papa Pavian is slowly catching up. Orzenel just needs to slip up once or twice. There's 2 games left. He slips up these next 2 games. That's first place gone, and Papa Pavian could possibly take it. Karl-Heinz in third still has a chance. Daki has a chance of climbing up to second or third if his next 2 games go well. Freddy also literally right on the rear there, 1 point behind Daki. New Multi not far behind.
I think it is safe to say that with 2 rounds to go, there's nothing decided yet here.
Yeah.
Anyone can still take the victory. I would say up until complete victory, I would say up until like place 5 or something. But the thing is that place 5 is actually the cutoff for the monetary prizes, and I think regarding that, anything up until like place 12 can still get into that one. So with 2 rounds to go, there is still a lot of stakes and a lot of yeah, probably also ego on the line for our CCs.
Indeed, indeed. A lot of bragging rights possibly on the table. But you know, honestly, next map, Asaje 404. I look forward to seeing this. We'll see how many tanks we get. I don't expect to see many Valkyries here. Honestly,
I would say a similar amount to what we saw last time, but then again, even if there's not a lot of Valkyries, they still tend to make it far. So
yes, they do.
Maybe
they
even
do.
on the open maps.
You know when we're going to get a lot of Valkyries? The final game of today. I think that's where we're going to see everyone go Valkyries.
First of all,
possibly.
we are going to have round number 8, though. It's going to be, as we already said, on Azagir 4.04. And that is, I mean, it's not the last round, so nothing can be, or nothing will be decided on that one yet. But I would say in like the top 5 positions, all of those players there will be trying, like, that is the question. If you're up there, do you try to play it safe, or do you try to make it further to get like those juicy upper spots where the prizes actually start to ramp up heavily?
I think you try to play it safe, take a few risks every now and then, but hope that the guys above you make a mistake and step up.
That just sounds like any Steelhunter game ever.
I mean, welcome to Steelhunter, man.
All right, map video already getting played. This means we are very, very soon gonna see what the players are actually gonna do here. Also,
honestly,
with regards to their spawns,
I'm predicting 6 Harlequins.
6 Harlequins.
Actually, that's a bit much. I'd say 4 Harlequins. 4 Harlequins, 3 Bylongs.
I'm gonna do a very risky bet here, and I'm gonna say Isna is gonna take Bylon.
Risky? Watch him come out with a Variag. Oh no, you know what? He'll probably take a Beowulf since I said that he hasn't played the Swedish tank yet. Well, let's find out. As we go in, we see Strunk Maxi and Bylong, Karl-Heinz in a Valkyrie. We already see engagements happening here as JXCR and New Multi are going shot for shot here, both playing on ridgelines. Also, we do actually see a Beowulf. It's tactical nuke this time. Yizna is in the Bylong. Well played. But again, just everyone sort of being relatively careful. Strunk Maxi taking quite a bit of damage in the background there, down to 700-ish HP. Daki coming in a Valkyrie here in this game. We'll see how that goes. Again, as we mentioned previously, you know, they do last a long time. But VDRPL in the Huragan showing Freddy what for in his Valkyrie, putting 2 shots in. And then for once, it's not bouncing off of a Valkyrie. It's a Valkyrie bouncing off of you in the Huragan for VDRPL.
Once again here, Freddy not able to put the shot into VDR, who does continuously put in those APCR shells into Freddy, who's dangerously low. 323. The auto aim does the trick here, down to 86 goes Freddy here in the Valkyrie. Is it actually the German tank that's going to be the first victim of the game? Yes, VDR does secure the kill here, and meanwhile Strong Maxi in a very, very bad position as he's in between a rock and a hard place, as Arsenal just ramming into his side, adding insult to injury.
The hard place there being the front of Orzenel's tank, just face butting right into that. Tactical nuke chasing down Azam now. Harlequin vs Beowulf. We haven't seen many Beowulfs so far.
I think that might even be the third one, but Azam certainly respecting the Beowulf here, just driving away in the Harlequin, as well he should. You don't want to really engage with a light tank against a heavy tank this early, or if ever, you just want to use your abilities, you want to use your mobility, and that's just what we see. Now Daki here coming in with a Valkyrie, driving after XCR, so both of the CCs here at Tankfest in Bovik battling it out, but so far with the better end for Dakilzor, who gets a shot into the back of XCR. XCR unable to return fire, and XCR down to 779 now has to use his heal here, and this is indeed not looking very good as his heal gets interrupted even. So Daki with some good shots here, getting some good XP, now driving towards that yellow drop to get some more ammo, to get some more XP.
As that engagement went down, I looked off to my side. You see the focus on Daki's face. You see the shake of the head by JXCR as he's disappointed in those shots not penning. But into the action we go with Tactical Nuke, chasing down Hoodie Hujutski. New Multi up on a ridge, trying to get shots in, but I don't think he notices these two guys running here. He's too busy looking at the other side, namely the Rishiek sort of position. I'll go towards the middle as well. Chestgenie and Yuzna fighting it out in the middle in the dried up riverbed, and Chestgenie getting the kill on the Bylong there. Not where you want to be, unfortunately, for Yuzna.
Exactly, now with 17 players here to go, you can see on the minimap the players are fanned out, so for the time it seems to have calmed down, but as always in Steelhunter that can change in a heartbeat here. Exactly as we see Papa and Karl-Heinz in a deadly 1v1, but it's only going to be deadly for Karl-Heinz as Papa is actually able to pick that one up, and also a green drop to go with it.
Well, that
So-
perfectly worked out for Papa because Karl-Heinz was actually tracked there by the lightning strike, so it just kept doing its damage, and that's a beautiful thing to see. And now we see Tactical Nuke coming up to the edge of the hill here with the high ground, and he sees Hudi Hudzutski and Monster. But over in the top left corner, we see Algo, and who is that in the background fighting it out?
That is actually Tankalit there with the Harlequin, but
And there's
first
also
of all,
Azum
it's
and
very
Chess
important
Genie.
what's happening there in between Monster and Hudi, as from behind comes Tactical. Puts in a shot, does not go for the ram here, but it is going to be Tactical Nuke with the pickup onto Hudi. Also the pickup for him is going to be the red drop here, as Monster is going to secure a yellow one for himself.
Lani on 1 HP.
Ooh, but there is the Valkyrie very close here. Arsenal, Alex and Banda barely managing to pick up the red drop, but now he should be driving away fast because Arsenal, he is going to keep chasing. He does even remove the stun.
He does indeed. And honestly, that could have ended really badly for the Harlequin there. Who was that? I missed the name just as that happened, but oh, hold that for as we see Algo and Tanklet fighting it out in the top right corner of the screen, and Rishek chasing down JXCR, who's only on about 200 or 300, no, 400 HP as he
did pop
heals
his
up
heal
now.
now, but
Rishek comes around the corner, puts 1 in, stops the heal, puts 2 in, down to 1-shot JXCR, and down goes JXCR. Unfortunately, Rishek securing the kill, picking up the drop, and straight into the action once again as Algo and Tankalit going ringer roses around the rock. Algo's like, he doesn't want any of it. He drives away from the rock. Tankalit is now stuck there. He can't leave. Chess Genie taking shots from the side and returning fire as New Multi looks for an angle, but here comes Azum right up on the side, and New Multi finds him, and now they're going to go for a head-on-head against each other. New Multi missing the strike there. Unfortunately, Chess Genie realizing there's a fight there and that he can third party, and he's going to go for it. Azum trying to get the damage in to New Multi. New Multi down to low HP, but here comes Chess Genie, and Chess Genie wants all the damage for himself as he comes in. Pops a trap. I don't know if that's his. I think it is.
It is his trap, as he's the only Raven there, and he does continue focusing onto Azum, who's down to 286, and I think Chess Genie, he wants those juicy points, as Papa actually puts in 1 more. Meanwhile, Daki getting destroyed by the zone here, screams growing through the room here in Bovington as he drops out, and Azum making his way away from the Raven of Chess Genie. He's going to barely make it out, and once again, Monsteo in a frontal engagement with an enemy heavy tank, but Tactical Nuke with the distinct HP advantage.
Indeed, the distinct HP advantage, but we'll see how well that holds up against a Valkyrie. And of course, he is healing up to get more HP. Now Rishek coming in behind. He sees the engagement between Tankalit and Alex Unbanda. And of course, the right play here is to third party. And third party by killing Alex Unbanda. Rishek will do as he has his airstrike. And he puts it ahead, tracking Alex Unbanda. Getting a ram. I don't know if that's the right play there, to be fair, when he's got the lighter hull. But also putting in the shots to secure the kill, hopefully. But here comes a ball from Alex Unbanda. And if Rishek's not careful here, he could find all his HP disappearing very quickly. But he manages to evade and also pick up the drop and restore a lot of his hit points, and now all he needs to do is run away from this ball.
Yeah, Rishek looking pretty dire him just seconds ago, but now he's only being chased by a ball, and even if he does get hit here...
Oh, juking the ball, very well done.
Yeah, he manages to juke it, and probably good so for him. He doesn't even want to waste shots on it. Then again, in the Harlequin, you don't want to waste shots at all, because the further you progress into the game, the more shots you have into your autoloader magazine, but the faster you also expend them. So really, wasting shots onto a ball like this wouldn't be the right play here. I do agree. Algo now clinging on to the top of the hill, puts in a beefy one into Azum.
That's a good one because Azum would have picked up that blue drop there. This gives Algo a bit of time to close the distance, but again, to no avail. Azum does pick up the blue drop, and now he needs to make a runaway as he puts down the red ball, which is going to deter Algo from coming any further forwards. Algo does use his turbocharger to back up, but I don't think there's much he can do here because he's stuck between the red wall. Gets a shot in, but, you know, the ball still connects. Doesn't do too much damage though because it hits the front of his tank. And now Tactical Nuke and VDR on a collision course, head-to-head as they come across each other. Huragan versus Beowulf, and there's the first time we see the Ring of Fire, but also the new lightning strike going down as well. That's beautiful to look at.
Oh, the Beowulf there with a nice shot there, able to pick up VDR in the Huragan. Meanwhile, though, Rishek with the ram into Tankalit, gonna secure another kill for himself, and 7 tanks only left here on Azure. As you can see on the minimap, there's a lot of drops to be had still for those players here. Basically, Steelhunter, seemingly like Twitch, everyone just going for those drops.
Who doesn't want those drops, right? That being said, though, Rishek putting some shots into Azum there. Free damage. We take that because, as we said earlier, damage is damage. And now we see Rishek just moving along, minding his business. Orznell slowly in this
behemoth of a tank, just making his way up. Tactical Nuke also just getting some drops. Algo taking a bit of damage from the crossing there by Rishik. Again, I think we're going to see a bit of stabilizing here as the zones close in, and once they close in...
Are we going to see it, though?
Oh, no. Yeah. A
Ooh.
strike hitting Azim, a shot hitting Azim, and then... the Red
Rishik
Bull
just
hitting
with
Azim,
the
and then Rishik
annihilation.
finishing him off. Not only does he get striked, not only does he get shot, he also gets a Red Bull and then gets shot again.
That was
a
just
string of bad luck right there.
Rishek there with complete outplay onto Azam. Then again, Rishek already comfortably on level 7 here. Does get a few more nice shots off into Chechny, and you can see only 11 shots for Pete left for him, only 62 APCRs. Yes, 62 sounds like a lot, but it actually isn't, and this is why we see him driving towards that red drop there, just to maybe stock up a bit more on consumables, on ammunition. And in the back there, Beowulf actually... I like what he's doing. He's trying to keep the upper ground, and especially with that Kranwagen-esque turret, that can be very, very good for him, as Chechny does get tagged by Rishek with the airstrike, and Beowulf behind him.
Stuck between
Tactical
a rock
nuke.
and a hard place here as Tactical Nuke puts a couple of shots in. Unfortunately, they don't all go through, but Rishek any minute now it's going to be reloaded, and he's going to have a perfect angle on the rear of Chechny.
I don't think he realizes it, though, as he...
Oh, he'll know. I don't know
I
if
think
he'll get the shots in, though. It might be too late.
Chechny actually able to get behind the big ship here, and now Tactical Nuke finally deciding to leave that upper ground area. Chechny is still very, very low, still in that lower part of the dried out riverbed, as Tactical Nuke chasing Rishek, chasing Chechny. This is a second party here in between the three of them. You can see in the back, Algo very, very healthy, doesn't really want to do a whole lot, but the airstrike actually does connect onto Chechny. The ball also gets thrown down here. Chechny down to 262, and Rishik there with the machine gun autoloader into the side is able to get that kill, but is it going to help him in the long run? That's the question, because Tactical Nuke with the Ring of Fire chases.
Keep in mind, though, that Algo also has line of fire here, and if he connects his shots, that's easy points for him to level up as well. Rishik needs to get out there. He's going to have to dip in and out of the red zone to try and put some distance between himself and the Beowulf. Otherwise, he's going to find his HP disappearing very quickly.
I mean, Algo has found a nice vantage point, and also a nice shot into Tactical Nuke. 776. This is emboldening Rishek here to make a drive-by, but I think he was holding his pistol a little too far sideways, as not many shots do go in here. Now Arsenal getting tagged by the Huracan, by the lightning strikes. 5 seconds only until the zone starts ticking.
Indeed, he's going to start taking damage now, so he has to use that turbo to get back into the zone. And now, but it looks like there's a slight collision there. He's going to take a bit more damage there. And now he's pushing into Algo and Papapowian. Papapowian chases him down, but now Algo just right behind, ready to farm this as well as he goes down with his turbo.
I mean,
Misses the ram on Papa, hits the wreck of the Valkyrie though, but now it's just a matter of farming Papa for all his HP.
Yeah, Algo here, he does have the meaty alpha gun, but Papapowian now actually with the heal here, so he's not going to get one-shotted by the Valkyrie. Both of them making their way to the zone, but look who is on top of the world right now. Tactical Nuke with the first pickup here, just finishing up Papapowian, and now he's just up there with that Kran turret, able to put in shot after shot. Yes, he will have to reload now, and Algo is actually going to get that red drop here, but little is it going to matter. I mean, down up to 2.2 KHP, so very, very healthy, but he's not really going to have good shots on Tactical.
The thing to keep in mind here is this has forced Algo to use his healing circle, meaning sure he's going into this engagement with relative amount of HP, but it means he can't do what we know Valkyries do really well, which is pop that healing circle when the zone turns red and start to get a bit of extra HP and survive a bit longer. So now if these two guys decide they want to go after the Valkyrie, they could very well take him down.
Oh, Rishek there with a risky play. Up and over does he go. He doesn't have his heal available yet, and that is going to be a crucial drop here. The blue drop coming in here. Tactical and Algo, both of them are going for it. The Ring of Fire being dropped, all of them being tagged by the Ring of Fire. Algo on fire, not in a good way, and Beowulf here, the Tactical Nuke, he is just able to put shot after shot into the backside of Algo, but Rishek coming in with the third party, now also putting in shots into the Beowulf. This is a free-for-all.
Honestly, at this point, you just kill Algo, but Rishik went for the shots on Tactical to equal out the HP. Honestly, hey, you just got to secure second place in my books. But hey, you know what? Rishik's better, so we'll see how this turns out for him as the entire zone turns red now, and it comes down to a battle of attrition for HP as Rishik tries to secure the kill on Tactical.
Algo secures the kill first of all, and also the zone is gonna kill off Rishek. So Algo once again on Azir, just like last CC Steelhunter tournament, victorious in the Valkyrie, and I think once again Nothing's decided yet. The plays we just saw and the points that are going to be distributed for those rounds, they are going to shake things up a little.
They are going to shake things up a little because I don't think we saw many of the top 4, top 5 contestants there towards the end. So we'll see how the points sort of close in as we head into the final match on Dreamland today.
First of all, let's take a look not at the post-battle result screen, but instead at how the end of this game came to pass, actually. So Beowulf, or rather Tactical, he's in a pretty good position here. He's on top of the world, he is hull down, and Algo is below him. He needs a lot of time to close that distance, but he doesn't have the information really onto
He was
Rishik.
giving Algo a taste of his own medicine from slightly earlier when Tactical was chasing down Rishik and Algo was on the other side of the water shooting. But now we see Tactical go after Rishik because he knows that's sort of the right play to go for here, I guess. Or he was trying to, realize he's in the red zone. Tactical then peeks round, Rishik drops down, stunning maneuver by the way, and then we see the blue drop come down and Algo and Tactical both race towards it, and then we see of course Tactical pop off, tactically by the way I must say, his pit of fire essentially, catching both opponents as Rishik tries to cross back. Rishik starts making his way up. You see Tactical using the healing ability that the Beowulf has, which essentially converts all the damage you take into HP, which is what we see just there. And then Rishik comes in and starts shooting Tactical there, holds half his clip to shoot Algo to try and get the reset on the blue drop, but he doesn't quite pen until after Algo picks up, which doesn't work out for him. Honestly, this is where I would have just went straight for Algo. Side of the turret, get the reset first.
I mean, basically, I think Rishik is saying, if both of them go for me, then I'm dead anyway, so I need to finish off one and just take second place for sure here.
I think the timing was unfortunate for him then, because the HP got converted just as he came up, meaning he couldn't secure the kill. Otherwise, he'd have to waste an entire clip. But let's take a look at the results, shall we?
I mean, Rishek still second place, but 5 kills. This means he's on top of the scoreboard with 40 points. Just behind him, Algo with 39, then Tactical Nuke with 35, Papa Pavian with 30, Aussie with 24, Chess with 22, Azum 18, VDR and Tankalip both 16, and Alex with 14.
And we see Monster Yo with 10, Daki with 9, New Multi with 8, JXO with 7, Alani with 6, Hudi Hujutski with 5, Karl Heinz with 4, Yizna with 3, Strong Maxi with 2, and Freddy with 1. And I must say, honestly, Daki with 9 points and Orznell with 24. That's not what you want to see when it comes to these results right now.
I mean, Orznell 24, that is gonna still sort of... Like, as long as Orznell sort of keeps it in between this range of like 3 to 7 and just generally picks up points, he should be sort of finish with his lead right now. But yeah, let's take a look at the acquired points after 8 rounds here. It's going to be Orznell still on top of the game here. 16 points. He's going to be the first one to break the 200-point threshold. Behind him, Papa Pavian, 195, and then actually quite a big gap. Algo, 162, then Karl Heinz, 151. Daki in the 5th place, 149. Then behind him, Tactical Nuke, 147. Azum with 144. Freddy with 140. New Multishow with 136. Rishek with 133. So everything there still up for grabs.
Monster Yo also on 133. Chess Genie on 124. Yuzna with 113. Alex and Bundo with 104. And I think the rest are sort of out of the runnings for really much, but hey, you know what? They might be able to climb back into top 10 or something for a bit of bragging rights over their friends, I guess. VDRPL with 94, Tankalet with 81, Strunk Maxi with 75, Hudi Hudsutski with 63, JXCL with 57, and Lani with 49.
I mean, to be honest, up until like place 11 or so, I would say anyone could still get into the top 5 to secure some prize money for themselves.
Possibly, yeah.
So,
all it requires is a bit of unlucko for the guys above you and a bit of good RNG on your side, I guess.
And RNG is, some like it, some don't, but it is certainly an integral part of Steelhunter. And that being said, we are 8 rounds in. This means the last round is about to come up. It's going to be on Dreamland on the Icy City map, and it's going to determine the fate of the prize money. 5k for the first contender, 3k for the second, 1k for the third, and 500 for the 4th and 5th. I almost forgot here. But I guess our CCs are going to fight tooth and nail for that.
Indeed. Going back to the RNG thing. RNG giveth, RNG taketh.
RNGesus giveth, and RNG taketh.
Indeed.
Certainly.
We'll see how this goes. I'm looking forward to seeing this final game. I think we're going to see a lot of Valkyries this game.
Last time it was 11 plus 2 Variax, so I guess this time it's going to be
All the
13 plus 2 Variax regardless.
3 Variags.
Okay.
And a Beowulf.
And the Beowulf, even... Oh, I mean, the Beowulf even now just saw pretty good success.
Yeah,
so
it did.
We'll have to see.
Honestly, that fire pit on corners could be really useful, I think.
Johnny Cash would be proud.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, anyways, as we wait for this final game, just a reminder, there is an Ask Me Anything on Reddit going on. I don't know if they're finished yet. They might be. I don't know. I doubt it.
Probably
But
not. Like
hey,
those Ask Me
why not
Anythings
head
tend
over,
to
ask
go
a
pretty
question
long.
anyways, throw a question in on the World of Tanks Reddit.
Also, the Steelhunter challenge currently going on. Maximum prizes there are tier 8 premiums plus 5,000 gold on top. So be sure to check that out. The top 500 players there are going to be getting some goodies. That thing goes until the 29th. And then also we are currently, both of us, at the Tankfest at the Borvington Tank Museum. So if you're over there, maybe pop in, show us some love. Maybe
I think
greet
the
us a
little
bit.
sketch we did at the start, the little one where we were running into the room.
We
That's
don't talk
the first
about
time
that one.
Ikabu, yourself, and I have all been on the same video.
What a premiere, I guess. Anyway, last map video, but obviously nothing decided yet.
Starting
it's going to be
in sec-
Dreamland, but if the dreams come true for the CCs remains to be seen.
True. It is ending where it all began, the OG map, Dreamland. That did kind of rhyme, and I'm kind of proud of that, I'm not going to lie. As we go in for this final game, let us see how many Variags, Valkyries, and Beowulfs we see.
Are we
in this
going to
game.
see any lights at all, do you think?
I think we'll get a couple. Yzna, maybe. By long.
Yzna, yeah.
Maybe. Otherwise, he finally takes a Beowulf. I've been waiting to see him take it all game.
We'll have to see here. But yeah, obviously the loading time's a bit longer in that mode simply because the map is larger, but in we go here. Isna still with the Bailang, but yeah, let the counting begin.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12? Or am I
12, so
miscounting?
one
I
off.
might be
Damn
miscounting.
it.
I might be miscounting.
I mean, it's more than 10, so it's difficult to count that
Yeah,
stuff.
true. There is a Beowulf. There is also light tanks. Surprisingly.
I mean,
Two
one of
Harlequins.
those is Tankalit, who is getting chased by Hudi. Hudiotski in his Valkyrie here. He does actually get a shot in there for 90, and Hudi seems to be unable to retaliate, but now 2 Valkyries are going to meet face on. It's going to be New Multi and Lani. Both of them actually bouncing the shots off of each other.
Yep. We shall see how this goes as this is I feel like this could potentially be a long match. I feel like we could see a repeat of what we saw when there was 2 Valkyries face hugging each other with heels, and they were just,
And that just happening everywhere, all over the map. As Alani actually able to outtrade New Multi here. New Multi taking the first shot of the game. He's going to take a second one because he has his backside towards Lani. Lani there, not one to let such an opportunity go unpunished. Almost
see
gets
who's
a
just around
third
the
one
corner
in
though?
there. And you can see in the backline, Starkey also pretty close, and he's not going to say no to this one. New Multi actually having to pop his heel here. And in the meantime, though, Isna with the first kill onto VDR, the Huragan, getting destroyed by that light tank, and New Multi, lucky for him, able to avoid Ducky as Freddy and Hoodie are going to frontally meet here once again. A march of the elephants.
Indeed, we're just going to see a face hug scenario where they just shoot each other. Honestly, I think this just comes down to aiming well, knowing how to prevent the enemy from hitting your cupola, and then also making use of terrain, Like, never underestimate the ability to sort of, prop your tank up a bit and get a shot down into their hull and then push back forwards. We see JXCR just going for a drop here. Rishiek and Alexon Banda, Harlequin versus Raven. We could see some action here as Alexon Banda taking a bit of damage, gets tracked on 300-ish HP, bouncing a shot, and Rishiek confirms the kill while picking up a drop. Back up to full HP, and now he's just going to level up after this one to level 5.
Bing, free delivery coming to Rishek here regarding the XP, and Ducky now getting shot into his back by Lenny here, but able to pick up the green drop to secure himself juicy 300 XP. Lenny still trying to fire, but it's actually Ducky with the snapshot. He hits those and drives away. Although in the upper part of the map, Freddy and Hoodie, it's finally coming to a close here. The German CC so far with the better and the advantage, and he does secure the kills. Probably both of them out of APCR at this point, having to aim at those tiny weak spots that are penetrable with heat. And now Papa Pavian and Karl-Heinz, the same in between them. Papa currently with a slight HP advantage, but one shot might change that. No! Good aim by Papa. God aim by Papa as he is able to put one into the cupola.
This is why it's Papapowian, you know? It's just absolute built different gamer. And I was going to heal up a bit. Honestly, you know, if this was me, I'd lose patience. I'd, you know, pop on the turbocharger and just jump straight off that ledge to his right when the opponent was below. But now, same scenario, face-hugging Valkyries. Papapowian has a better HP. Comes down to who aims better here and who trades better here. And I think Karl's given up. He's like,
I think Karl-Heinz, he is out of ammo, I believe.
Oh, yes,
so,
he is, indeed.
Yeah, he is just not going to make it more difficult than it needs to be against Papa, as Monster is actually chasing Arsenal with a good ram, but actually a somersault there. He barely manages to get on his tracks again, but still HP advantage for the Polish CC here against Arsenal, who desperately tries to get away. Who knows if Arsenal still has any sort of ammo left here? It doesn't seem to be the case, as with 92 HP he drives away Strong Maxi in the meanwhile, getting picked up by Rishek, and Monster is going to secure the kill. Rishek on 16 HP here, as the Beowulf has popped the ring of fire, and Tactical Nuke should have no difficulties cleaning this one up, as he does. Rishek bites the dust.
I gotta say, that Valkyrie, Ozanel, was it Ozanel? No, sorry, who was it? Did it in style, you know, with a full Monster, with the full barrel roll, but going straight back into the action. Papapowian chasing down Freddy, using the turbo. Freddy has his rear, takes a shot, takes 483 damage in return, down to a one-shot. We also see Yuzna going down to Algo, finally, about time I think. Freddy dies to the zone, and now Papapowian's going to turn around and take on Monster, both full health. We'll see how this goes.
I mean, both of them still with the unupgraded turret, so pretty big cupolas here, should be fairly easy to hit. That being said, Papa bounces his first one. Monster, good connection into Papa here, and in the meanwhile on the northwestern part of the map we see Azum and Lenny just driving past each other, not really minding a lot. Azum though with a connection into Lenny, 270. He's probably gonna take that opportunity and grab a reload.
Indeed, that was a very clean shot, to be fair. He also puts down a red ball directly behind Lanny, meaning Lanny is going to be forced to go back or forwards, and that connects for a solid 499 damage. And New Multi, not far behind, coming in from underneath the bridge, is going to look to third party this, and he might actually be able to take the kill.
Yeah, Azum seems to not be reloaded as of now. Finally, he does get the kill. He also gets tracked by New Multi, it seems, and New Multi is actually speedily approaching. XCR also with the turbo activated above him. Beowulf, a tactical nuke once again with that Swedish heavy tank, and Azum is actually going to kill... Yeah, he did kill Lani here, and now he needs to drive away from New Multi show because all of his abilities are going to be on reload. That is why he did track New Multi, just to be able to get some more time to breathe, to recharge those abilities.
It looks like he sneaked a little upgrade in there as well for a moment, and now he has a rear of New Multi and is going to start putting shots in, but New Multi getting a wonderful snapshot in, and a strike missing New Multi unfortunately by Azum. And we'll see how this goes as New Multi closes the distance, goes for a tiny ram and starts shooting shells into New Multi, but it looks like Azum has a HE gun of some sort.
Azum, I don't think he has the HE gun, but he does put New Multi very, very low. Unfortunately, he does, for him at least, doesn't have another shot in his drum to be able to finish off New Multi. However, he's able to get towards that green drop to get up to 2000 HP
he does
again.
have the HE gun.
And yeah, he does have the HE gun. That was actually a frontal penetration into a Valkyrie, and he's going to be able to finish off New Multi show in the Valkyrie here. So now we're down to 9 CCs, and if I take a look at the roster, that's actually a lot of them that are still very, very high up in the leaderboard, so everything's still possible.
Indeed, everything is still possible. JXC are still alive in at level 5. Valkyrie, Papapowian at level 6. Tactical Nuke with level 7. Beowulf. That's actually pretty good, to be fair. And Azum also at level 7 with the Harley Quinn. We'll see how this goes. JXC are stuck in the frozen riverbed right now. Tankalit just picking up a drop right now, and again, it's just a matter of waiting until all these zones slowly close in and force the engagements once again, and that's exactly what we see here as Tankalit runs right into Papapowian, and that's not what you want to see in an Harlequin, but the strike connects and tracks Papapowian. Now JXCR is coming up on the side. He might actually be able to catch Papapowian out looking the other way. If he aims for the turret, he might just get the penetration, but it looks like he's going the other way. No, I thought he was coming up. He was going the other way. I stand corrected.
XCR a bit under 11 currently, only with level 5. Same can be said for Ducky. All of the other tanks actually on level 6 or 7 already, so both of them need to hope to be able to get some juicy third partying off here. As you can see, Ducky driving around still doesn't have the upgraded turret. Papapavian in front of him does try a shot here, but the slow 750 alpha HE, or heat rather, excuse me, does not connect here, as Tactical Nuke and his Beowulf has actually just used his Ring of Fire, but so far not really anything regarding kills onto Algo, who is in that circle here, does pop his heal now, and Chesrany just on the prowl here. Finally, we do get to see, Tactical Nuke there with the heal. He does get all of his HP back, and now he's trying to put heat shots into the side of the Valkyrie, but the Space Armor is just so protective. XCR barely making a getaway on the right end of the screen, and Monsteo just overlooking.
Indeed, Monsteo is going to be looking to pick up some free damage here, and Azam as well doing the same on the other side. As you can see, putting shots straight across. You can see those shells go across. Papapavian and Daki very close to each other. Papapavian finds Azam and is going to start putting shots into him, so Azam needs to be mindful. Chess Genie finds the guys on the other side of the map, Monsteo and Algo, and starts putting shots across, but now he also notices that Papapavian is coming up behind him, so he's going to have to turn around. Tanklet and Daki, though, on a collision course towards each other, and on a collision course into Chess Genie as well. So, once again, now we're getting to the point where the entire map is closing in rapidly, and it's a free-for-all with several different angles, several different engagements.
You could see that Chesney saw the frontal Valkyrie of Papapavian, and he was like, nah,
yeah,
I'm not going to do that. So now rather he tries to do an engagement onto Daki, who unfortunately for him finds Papa, but he chooses, smartly so, not to fire on Papa, just gonna go behind him here, not to wake the demons that he doesn't want on his case here. Instead, he's trying to ram Azam. He misses the ram, and now Papa actually sees Daki regardless, putting in a shot in the back of the turret. 1500 HP only for Daki currently, and that is double Arlequin and 5 Valkyries left standing.
This seems very familiar to the last Dreamland game where we had 3 Valkyries and 2 Arlequins, so we shall see how this goes. Daki getting shot from all directions, pops his heal just in time, but unfortunately too little too late as he gets taken out by Chess Genie from the ridgeline. Azam trying to make a run at Chess Genie, literally on his tail. Papapavian stuck in the riverbed as well, has to find a way up as he heals up. Monsteo on the bridge. Tenklet also chilling on the ridgelines, as there's only 3 safe sectors left now and 1 orange sector. Everyone is being forced into one another, and with this many Valkyries, I'd hate to be one of those Arlequins right now.
Yeah, it is a double Arlequin and 4 Valkyries left here. Papapavian tucked tightly into a corner, not really opening any kind of the weak spot onto the enemy. And Chesney, that is why he's just driving past Papapavian, actually missing one of his shots. He is gonna secure a nice and cozy spot just at the edge of the circle, just where he can be sure. Yes, the red zone does close in currently, but he should be easily able to make it out. But the same cannot be said about Azam, who's now trying to ramp Tankelit. A ball does get dropped here by the side of Tankelit here, who actually gets ramped by his own ball, but it's gonna be Chesney from downtown with the snipe to pick it up.
Yeah, you got to be really upset for Tanklet there if you're him right now. Like, losing the points on that kill to one of the Valkyries right now, knowing that there's a very low chance of you getting any higher on the positions there unless the Valkyries start killing each other rapidly, you know, which isn't likely right now. Tanklet in a position where he's trying to find angles on people, but, you know, there's not much he can do. Papapavian has an angle on him if he peeks. Algo can get an angle on him if he peeks. Chess Genie's just tucked away, relatively safe here. There's not much
here by
do
Algo onto Tankelit. Yes, he does take one, but Papapavian for it. But Tankelit now in the zone here, and I'm not sure if he is even going to make it to safety. It's only in one more tick. He does make it in the... Oh my god, that was so close, my brother.
He is on the same wavelength as me here. I do things like this, and it never works out for me, so I'm glad it worked out for him.
Coming in, though. It's Algo
to
to pick it up here. Chesney was going for the ram, but instead he does get something which is still pretty valuable. He does get a red drop here.
By the way?
Huh?
You know who has a really strong position here, by the way?
It's Monsteo, I would say, because he has the higher ground, and once again, it cannot be understated how powerful that can be. He can take pot shots at Papapavian currently, and all of those 4 Valkyries, basically that was 2 Harlequins just dying because they couldn't stand against the sustained pressure by those German heavy tanks anymore. Now, a spicy drop coming into the middle of the map, but I think Papapavian is bringing himself into a prime position here.
Could he grab the blue drop behind him?
I think currently he's waiting for the zone to close, and then he drives backward.
Yeah, that's the play. That makes sense. Now, I don't know. I think now we just got to wait for the zone to close.
I don't think people
Ooh,
can take
good
much.
shot by Papa, by the way,
Very
into
good shot.
Chesney, who does retaliate, not into Papa, however, but into Monster. The zone does close now, so now it's only 10 seconds until the bleed begins. Monster already does pop the healing zone. Chesney also popping the healing zone, trying to go towards the blue. Papa with the healing zone as well now. It's going to be 2 seconds, 1 second for him to pick it up. Algo in the back is down to 1300. Chesney only down to 500. One more tick. It's actually Algo to pick it up. You can see Monster is super, super low. Papa Pavian still on 2.3 KHP, and it's going to be Algo dying before Monsteo, and Papa stands undefeated in the last round here. He's going to be taking that one down.
That was wonderful play. You saw him relocating into position just in time for that. Honestly, it was the smartest thing you could have done there. He has a blue drop in front of him, a blue drop behind him. Like, sure, the one in front of him is a bit of a stretch to go for, but it's there in case he needs it. And at that point, you just wait to take a bit of damage, and then you just drive into the zone and get your HP back. And that's exactly what he did. He played it safe, and you know what? It worked out for him.
Indeed, it did work out for him. That was smart play. Not rushing your decisions, right? Just calmly analyzing the situation. What is going to be the play that brings me the victory? What is going to play that is going to secure the most points for me? And yeah, just props to Papa here. It remains to be seen how exactly that shakes up the scoreboard. First of all, though, a quick reminder, as we are at Tankfest right now, there is going to be more streams, obviously.
Is there going to be more streams?
Tomorrow on Saturday, there is actually going to be a few CCs streaming from here. Amongst them are going to be Daki, Swedish Lady C, for example, Jake, Ciara, I think as well, so quite a few. Also, both of us are going to be streaming on the official English and German channels respectively. Hopefully we'll see you there. And on Sunday, we have the big arena show to cover for you. That's going to be a blast. Also, the drops are, I would say, comparable to Christmas Spicy.
Oh, Christmas Spicy. I have no idea what that means, but all I know is that's got to be up there, honestly.
Very, very spicy drops on Sunday,
Well,
so
ladies
don't
and
miss
gents,
that.
you don't
Anyway,
wanna miss it.
let's take a look at the closing seconds of the last match here, a free-for-all in between 4 Valkyries. We do have Chess, Algo, Monster, and also Algo here, and also Papa, the one that actually is going to take it down, and just by positioning he wins this one. It's not necessarily the best of shooting, it's not necessarily the best of like moving, it's just the staying calm, positioning, thinking what you can get. Algo there obviously with another nice additional 2 points, then the zone closing in, it's going to kill Algo before Monster. So he's going to net in an additional 3 points. But yeah, Papa here, very, very well played.
Honestly, that's the thing, though. Like, positioning is such a huge thing, and it's the difference between good players and great players. End results there. Papa Pavian, first place with 39 points with one kill. Monster 2 kills, 34 points. Algo, 3 kills in third place with 33 points. Fourth place goes to Chess Genie with 28. Azum in 5th with 26. Tankalit with 22 points in 6th. Daki in 7th with 18. Tactical Nuke with 8 with 16. JXCR in 9 with 16. Finally showed up. New Multi in 10th with 12 points.
And then 11 points for both Rishek and Freddy. Isnil and Lani both coming in with 10. Aussie 6. Strong Maxi 5. Karl-Heinz 4. Hoodie with 3. Alex with 2. And BDR with 1. But all of that is nice to know. We're going to be switching to the one that is more important to know. Now you see Arsenal only 6 points in that one.
And Papa Pavian on 39.
Papa Pavian on 39. So that's a 33-point difference. So the problem is I didn't have it properly in my head what exactly the difference was in between,
but we're about to find out.
Both of those. But I think it is time to congratulate Papa Pavian
in first place
with 234 points, actually dethroning Arsenal on the last round here. 222 points for him. Algo coming in third, securing 1,000. Arsenal 3,000. Papa 5,000. Algo 1,000 euros here, 195 points. And then in place 4 and 5, securing 500 euros for themselves, are going to be Azum and Monsteo and Daki. Actually in 6th place, the same amount of points as Monster. So Monster actually with the higher amount of damage over all rounds than in place 7. Still a valiant effort. Tactical Nuke 163. Then in 8th, Karl-Heinz with 155. On 9th, Chess Genie with 152. This is all so close. I mean, Freddy just 1 point behind, 151. Shoutouts also to New Multishow with 148. Rishek with 144. Isner with 123. Alex and Bundle with 106 and Tankalit with 103.
And of course, VDR with 95, Stroke Baxi with 80, JXCR with 73, and Hoodie Hudzutski with 66, and Lani with 59. Unfortunately, not enough points to get up there. But you know what? Between, like, I don't know, between 4th all the way up until 12th, I think it's only 1 or 2 games difference, if that, to get back into the scores.
All right, so that was actually the CC Steelhunter tournament here from the Tankfest in Bovington. We hope you enjoyed the stream. We hope you were able to cheer for your favorite CC. Hopefully in the future we'll bring you additional tournaments like this. That being said, we wish you all a wonderful Friday evening, wherever you are, Friday morning possibly even. Don't forget, tomorrow and also on Sunday, we'll also have streams from here. Be sure to tune in, especially for the arena show on Sunday. And Ixta, it was a pleasure. I'll leave the last words to you.
Yeah, and it was all my pleasure. Honestly, it was a pleasure to watch. I know I definitely enjoyed this. I hope, chat, you guys also enjoyed this. Once again, we're here at Bovington for Tankfest. So if you're around, if you come by this weekend, make sure you come and say hello and, you know, have a chat with us. We'll love to meet all of you guys, I guess. That being said, we hope you enjoyed, and I believe we will be raiding someone, possibly. Yep. Okay, cool. So have a nice evening, everyone, or a nice afternoon, or a nice night, and see you later.